Pitman. Friday Night Football Game of the Week is on the air. Let's join Eric Davis, Brian Nelson, and the entire Blue Chip Sports Broadcasting crew live at the game for all the action.
The weather is cooled, the leaves are falling, and the last of the crops are in the barn. It must mean there's only one more thing to make fall complete, the Harvest Bowl. A game pitting two crosstown rivals that will decide, for the second year in a row, the champion of the CCC. However, this game is different. It is the last CCC game for both teams, as realignment will dramatically change the landscape of Central Valley football. Will the Bulldogs of Turlock be champions alone, or with the pride of Pittman High School take a share of the title home with them tonight? Find out next as Blue Chip Sports, in conjunction with NorCal SportsTV, brings you Harvest Bowl 2017.
Winton Ireland Strom & Green Insurance Agency has been a faithful supporter of local athletics for over 10
Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club would like to send a special thank you to the Turlock community for its support this year of the Turlock High football teams. Our goal as members is to raise enough money to provide the best safety equipment for every level of Turlock High football. With help from you and other members of our community, this year we've been able to do just that. Please join us for our 8 a.m. Saturday morning breakfast at latest, where you can hear and discuss the recap of the game from the coaches and players. To become a member of the Turlock Bulldog Quarterback Club, or for more information, message us on our Instagram or Facebook page. Go Dogs! The Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club would like to send a special thank you to the Turlock community for...
You have a choice. We have to be better.
Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Service, leadership, loyalty, determination. Jeff Dirksey is prepared to lead the Stanislaus County Sheriff's Department in 2018. Vote Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. For more, go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. That's jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com.
Tonight, he is on the IR, and so we're hoping that we'll be able to.
Well, when you talk about rivalry games, this comes right to the top. You've got rivalry games all over the area tonight, but this is one of the big ones. When this started a few years ago, this was the game of the year that everybody looked forward to. Everybody in the town shows up. They only issue so many tickets after the first few had some problems, and this is one of the toughest tickets in town.
Actually, there'll be about 4,000 people here tonight for the football game, and so we are excited to bring this action to you. A lot of people watching here in Turlock at different eating establishments and at home on television, as well as listening at bluechipbroadcasting.com. If you are trying to get the game on the air, we're having a little bit of trouble with our stream on the audio side that is radio only. We apologize for that. We're working to try to get that taken care of. Larry, as we look at these two teams, we'll start with the Pittman Pride coming in as the visitors here tonight. They'll be in their white uniforms with green numbers and pants. The Pride are 4-1 in conference, but just 5-4 overall. And Larry, they haven't beaten a winning team at all this year. This is a huge game for Coach Tyler's crew.
It is. This is really, their game of the year to try to get to the playoffs. They're not going to win a championship, but they want to go to the second season, and so I'm sure that's what Coach has been talking to them all week about. This game is huge in order for them to get to the playoff season.
And when you look at it, the Bulldogs kind of in a very different situation. They are undefeated in conference. They have clinched at least a share of the conference championship. They've won 6 games in a row. They're now 7-2 overall, and they are looking for sole possession of a championship in conference back-to-back years for the first time, Larry, since 1948 and 49. Even you were a baby back then.
Whoa, I was born in 47. You were right. And I'm sure Coach Peterson has talked all week long to his group. You don't want to share the championship with anybody else, but you want to go out and play. In a rivalry game like this, sometimes tempers get the best of you, and you don't want to lose anybody for the next week. And so I'm sure they preached all week long. Let's go out and keep it good and clean and play the good defense that we've done week in and week out, and we shouldn't have any problems.
This is the 14th edition of the rivalry. The Bulldogs have won the last 3. Pittman, however, holds an 8-5 advantage. It is the 8th year that it has been the last game of the regular season. When this rivalry first started, it was played around harvest time in the middle of October. 8 of the 13 games have been decided by 8 points or less. But, Coach, in those 3 games that the Bulldogs have won over the last 3 seasons, the games haven't been real close.
Right. Turlock's dominated on both sides of the ball. Last couple of years, they had a very balanced offense led by the great quarterback, Vasquez, who's moved on to MJC, but their defense has really carried them. And again, they've kind of followed that pattern this year. They're led by their defense, and that's pretty much what they preach here at Turlock.
Now, Coach, you and I will spend some more time talking about this at halftime today, but it is the final CCC game for both teams. They will both be moving to the CCAL next year, where they'll be matched up with some Modesto schools we'll discuss. That makes this game a little special, I think, for both teams.
Unique from that stand. Yeah, this is going to be the last one, and they may not hook up. The schedules makers, and I'm sure they'll try to put some input on that to try to keep this matchup, even though they're in the same league at the last game of the year. It might be difficult to do when they're going to join the Modesto schools.
Now, Coach, as we switch to Turlock, they are a team that has been dominated by their defense. It has been stout all year. You take away the Tracy game and the Freedom game, where those two teams combined for about 60 points, they have given up absolutely nothing the rest of the year. What makes them so good defensively?
They're really balanced from up front. They've got they're tough inside. They've got good people on the corners. The linebackers are outstanding, and they are an exceptional in the secondary. With the grind player back there who dominates in the secondary, has had a couple pick sixes, and their defense plays shutout football most of the night, gives the offense many chances during the game to score points.
Now, when you look at their offense, it has not been real stellar, averaging just 18 points against what we would call high-quality competition. They've got a young quarterback in Jonah Kozakevich. They kind of pound you on the ground. They're not going to throw the ball much. How are they going to be successful tonight against a solid Pittman defense?
They've really got to show some balance, because with Pittman's defense, which is really strong as well, they're going to be able to shut some things down if you just go one way. You've got to be able to throw it, keep them loose. Otherwise, they're going to put 8 guys in the box and shut down the run game. So you're going to have to stretch that defense a little bit, throw the ball down the field a little bit, loosen it up, and get the linebackers back off the line so you can utilize your running game.
And you know what, Coach? They've got a secret weapon. Dalton Tilby, 24 touchbacks, over 90% on extra points, and he's kicked 4 field goals. He's got distance out to 40-plus. That is a weapon in high school football.
It really is. When you talk about the 3 phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams, a lot of games, when you have rival games like this, they're won by turnovers and special teams. Somebody runs a punt back, somebody runs a kickoff back, but if you've got somebody that can put it in the end zone consistently, you're going to have to start at the 20.
Coach, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Pittman. We had a coaches show. We're going to run those at halftime today because the game is going to start on time, and we are running out of time here. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Pittman High School Pride right after this.
Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms, expanding into the Central Valley.
They're also the only local licensed retailer for Stanislaus State Prep.
Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club would like to send a special thank you to the Turlock community for its support this year of the Turlock High football teams. Our goal as members is to raise enough money to provide the best safety equipment for every level of Turlock High football. With help from you and other members of our community, this year we've been able to do just that. Please join us for our 8 a.m. Saturday morning breakfast at latest, where you can hear and discuss the recap of the game from the coaches and players. To become a member of the Turlock Bulldog Quarterback Club or for more information, message us on our Instagram or Facebook page.
Very good offensively, but they have had a tough time hanging on to the football.
And that's key. Turnovers are going to kill you, put you in a hole, gives the other team the advantage from there. They do have a major running game with the Bass player that is really key to their offense. They feed the ball to him a lot, and they're going to count on him to have a good night tonight to keep Turlock defense honest.
Defensively, they've had moments. They've given up a lot of points this year, but they have also had some really solid games. What are they going to have to do tonight to keep their team in the game?
And I'm sure that Coach Tyler has preached this all week. Again, coming into a big rival game here, emotions are going to be high. Keep everything under control, play their game, try to get the offense and the defense going and get them into the second half.
Now, special teams, as good as Turlock's has been, Pittman's has been the opposite.
And that really, again, you look at that third phase of the game, if your special teams can't help out the offense and defense, it really puts you in a hole.
Well, Coach, we're going to take a short break. Turlock has won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, so they will kick off and get their best unit on the field when we come back. We are just moments from kickoff, Harvest Bowl 2017. We'll be right back after.
Jeff Dirksey always has been a leader. As an Army Ranger, as a commander in Iraq, and now as Patterson's police chief. He is uniquely qualified to be the next sheriff of Stanislaus County. In 2018, vote Jeff Dirksey for sheriff. For more, go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. That is jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. Jeff Dirksey always has been a leader. As an Army Ranger, as a commander in Iraq, and now as Patterson's police chief. He is uniquely qualified to be the next sheriff of Stanislaus County. In 2018, vote Jeff Dirksey for sheriff. For more, go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. That is jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. Jeff Dirksey always has been a leader. As an Army Ranger, as a commander in Iraq, and now as Patterson's police chief. He is uniquely qualified to be the next sheriff of Stanislaus.
785
Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel.
50 raffle tickets, support Turlock High School Band, and have a chance to put some money in your pocket.
Have come out and been strong tonight. Turlock with a little more balanced offense. We'll see what they have come up with here at third down.
Sherwood on the far side. Kosakevich from the gun. He bounces around, rolling to his left. He's going to throw it downfield. A man open, but he slips and falls, and it's going to fall incomplete. Pass was intended for, I believe, Jacob Porter, but he slipped at about the 40-yard line, and the pass from Kosakevich came up just short.
Kosakevich got run out of the pocket and was trying to throw back against the grain and had to throw against his body, and he had a receiver open, just couldn't get him the ball.
So now we'll see Tilby. And that'll be back to receive for the Pride will be Tyler Stout. Tilby, one of the top punters in the area. So he is going to hope to tilt the field here, Coach, and get the Bulldogs to pin Pittman back. Tilby kicks it. It's actually a short kick. It bounces, takes a Bulldog roll, almost hits Reyes, and then it is downed by Ruiz Suarez at about the 28-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And so each team able to pick up a first down, Coach, on their first position. But other than that, punts, and the Pride going to start about where they began the last drive, this time at their own 28-yard line.
Early on, and again, both sides trying to look for a rhythm, trying to get some balance to the offense to try to move the ball downfield.
Fair with the handoff off to Bassett, running around left side, and he is buried by Grine well behind the line of scrimmage, all the way back at the 23-yard line. Loss of 6 on the play. And Dustin Grine, he plays safety, Coach, but he's really almost a linebacker.
Yeah, he's only playing 4 or 5 yards off the ball, and he gets to the corners quicker than anybody I've seen in a long time. Turlock's defensive ends really control the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 16 for the Pride. Fair now in the shotgun. Handoff to Reyes, that's Garza, and he gets up near the 30-yard line before somebody else's helmet flies off.
That's Garza.
Tackle on the play by Lance Couchman, defensive back. That is a pickup of 7 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Pride.
Both of the Pittman running backs need to tie up their chin strap a little tighter. They both carried the ball once and lost their helmet both times.
And that in those situations, Coach, you got to go off the field for a play, and this is a big 3rd down play for the Pride. 3rd and 9 from their own 30. Fair back. It's a delay handoff to Reyes, and he is tripped up just across the 30 at the 32. And that's Fountain once again. And so the Pride are stopped 3 and out. It'll be 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away once again. So that Bulldog tough defense gets a quick 3 and out.
That's the thing. Turlock's defense has 5 or 6 guys that get to the ball very quickly, and they're controlling the line of scrimmage.
Montejo back to kick. Reyes to receive once again. We'll see this time. That time, Pruitt came up on it. Short kick, takes a bounce. Nunez fields it, bobbles it, and then is tackled immediately by Brock at the 34-yard line. So that'll be a 34-yard punt, really no return for the Bulldogs, and they will start at their own 34 here with 4:42 to go here in the first quarter, no score. Well, Coach, what have you seen so far?
In the Turlock area, it's
Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club would like to send a special thank you to the Turlock community for its support this year of the Turlock High football teams. Our goal as members is to raise enough money to provide the best safety equipment for every level of Turlock High football.
Kosakevich in the gun. Flores to his right. Etheridge in motion. Handoff to Etheridge. He goes around the right side. He gets across the 35 to the 40. He's tripped up just shy of the 45-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 43. Pickup of 9 on the play. Tripped up on that play by Alex Baker, the defensive tackle.
That was great offensive line play that really opened the hole up for him and almost broke it.
So the Bulldogs with a nice 9-yard gain on first down. Brings up 2nd and 1. Kosakevich, the Bulldogs played that spread. We saw them come out in the I formation the first play, but they've gone to the spread since then. Hand off to Flores up the middle. He will bull his way forward across the 45 to the 46. He'll pick up the first down. First hit on the play that time by Scott Tyler. But Flores, big, strong guy, just kept those legs moving.
That was just a straight dive, but the adrenaline's really popping. There have been a couple of nose-to-nose encounters, and the officials have got their hands full.
Well, I think the officials will be real quick to throw the hanky. We saw it on the opening kickoff, the 15-yard penalty against Turlock. They are not going to let this game get out of hand. Etheridge in motion once again, handoff left side. He's going out across the 45, knocks over a guy, across the 50, across the 45 to the 40, to the 35 where he's finally knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And that is an outstanding run of 24 yards for Tyler Etheridge.
That was great second and third effort in that. He ran over a couple of people, bounced off a couple of defenders, and made a nice gain.
That's the biggest play of the night for the Bulldogs, their third first down here in this ball game. And you can see the physicality of the Bulldogs. That's one thing I think the Pride is a little concerned about, is are they going to be able to match Turlock's physicality in this game? Bulldogs line up, trips right. Kosakevich in the gun. He's going to throw a quick sling pass out to Etheridge. He's across the 25 and near the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 22. Pickup of 8 on the play, tackle by Stout. And now you can see the Bulldogs pound the middle and then they spread you out.
And that's what they did. They went unbalanced right. Pittman didn't adjust and slide over to it, and the Bulldogs had the advantage.
So again, nice gain on first down for the Bulldogs. It'll be 2nd and 2 from the Pride 22-yard lines. And already you're in Dalton Tilby field goal range. Bobble by Flores. He's able to pick it back up, and not before he is knocked behind the line of scrimmage. Tackle on the play by number 28. That is Jaron Acevedo. It'll be a loss of a yard on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs. And that's about the third time tonight, Coach, we've seen a Bulldog player struggle hanging on to the football.
Well, it was a shaky exchange between the quarterback and the running back. The ball was still kind of bouncing in the quarterback's hands as he tried to give it to the running back, and they really dodged a bullet there.
So 3rd and 3. Bulldogs so far tonight, 2 for 3 on third down conversions. Trying to get into the red zone. Snap to Kosakevich. He is chased. He gets away. He throws it. It is incomplete as he tried to hit Sherwood at about the 10-yard line, but the throw was out of bounds. And we're going to get our first look to get points from the guy we've been talking about tonight, Darwin Tilby.
And he could be the difference maker. Well, there was Everett Johnson, the big offensive lineman for Turlock, was tied up with a defender, and I was really surprised they didn't throw a flag because it looked like Johnson had a huge piece of the Pittman's jersey.
Well, Coach, 40-yard field goal attempt. Not a lot of wind, but the wind that there is going to be at Tilby's back. A little bit of a south wind tonight, rare for this town, but the storm's coming in. Wind from the south at maybe 5 miles an hour. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is blocked. It's blocked. And it's picked up by Pittman across the 40, down inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. That is Joey Vasquez picked up the block. I could not see who blocked it.
Lance Bickle.
Lance Bickle blocked it.
Number 20 blocked the kick.
And Vasquez picked it up and got it all the way down to the 32-yard line. When we talked about special teams being a big advantage for the Bulldogs, well, the Pride showed some pride there, blocked the field goal, and give themselves an opportunity inside Bulldog territory at the Turlock 32.
Well, it looked like Bickle just broke right through the line between the center and the guard and just smothered the ball.
Grass on the carry. You take it around the right side across the 30 down to the 27. Pick up a 5 on the first down play. Tackle on the play by Nunes. Well, the Bulldog defense for the first time with their backs against the wall as Pittman begins in plus territory as we enter inside of 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. No score.
This will be a real test for the defense to see if they can shut them down with this series.
Wing teep, draw up the middle to Partida across the 20 going to be knocked down at the 18-yard line, but that'll be a pickup of 8 on the play and a first down for Pittman.
That's a Pittman quick trap. Just real quick, trap that defensive tackle there, and for a nice gain.
And you can see, we always talked about Pittman's tempo, and you see a little bit of tempo, a little confidence here. Hand off to Roy Essen. He is across the right side, and he is buried at the 16-yard line. Be a short pickup of just 2 yards. It'll be second down and 8 for the Pride. And these are situations, Coach Wiz, it's going to be very difficult to go the length of the field against this defense. You have got to get points out of this possession if you're Pittman Pride.
Exactly. They've got to have some points from this drive.
Vaquero in the bunch set, going to hand off to Perdita, and he is buried at the line of scrimmage. First hit on the play that time for the Bulldogs was Casey Carr, outside linebacker, and will bring up a very important 3rd and 8.
And see, Pittman's kind of playing right into Turlock's hand just by running the ball. You've got to throw it a little bit to loosen them up. Right now, they've got 8 guys in the box.
Now, something that we've seen Pittman do a lot in the years past, but not so much this year, Coach, is Perdita up the middle. He's got across the 10. He's got the first down, and he's going to be across the 5, and he's finally going to be drugged down inside the 5 near the 4. So they ran a quick hitter with Perdita, and it's a pickup of 12 yards and first and goal for the Pride at the Bulldog 4-yard line.
Again, that's Pittman's quick trap inside, and they're doing a great job. The down lineman, which Pittman has always had good down linemen to execute this part of their offense.
Well, Coach, believe it or not, we're already to the end of the first quarter. There is no score, but Pittman inside the Bulldog 5. We'll be back with quarter number 2 right after this.
Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club would like to send a special thank you to the Turlock community for its support this year of the Turlock High football teams. Our goal as members is to raise enough money to provide the best safety equipment for every level of Turlock High football. With help from you and other members of our community, this year we've been able to do just that. Please join us for our 8 a.m. Saturday morning breakfast at latest, where you can hear and discuss the recap of the game from the coaches and players. To become a member of the Turlock Bulldog Quarterback Club, or for more information, message us on our Instagram or Facebook page. Go Dogs! The Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club would like to send a special thank you to the Turlock community for its support this year of the Turlock High football teams. Our goal as members is to raise enough money to provide the best safety equipment for every level of Turlock High football.
Start the second quarter, but Pittman with a great opportunity. First and goal inside the Bulldog 5 near the 4-yard line.
And this is huge. I'm sure Coach Tyler has been preaching to him, hey, let's jump on them quick. If we can get a couple touchdowns on the board quickly, we can stay in this ball game.
Well, now you have to decide. Those quick hitters have worked well, but you know the Bulldogs are going to crowd that box with 9, maybe 10 guys. We'll see what Coach Tyler and offensive coordinator Chris decide to do.
Yep.
And we got a flag, and I think somebody on the Pride offensive line moved a little quick.
Looked like the right tackle just kind of leaned forward, never got into his stance and jumped.
That's a big penalty. Instead of first and goal at the 4, it's going to be first and goal at the 9.
That is huge.
And when you get down at the goal line, everything gets compacted, and it makes it tougher to run those inside plays. But that's what they were going to go. They were going to go back to Perdita again on that inside little quick hitting trap. So now, what do? One thing we've seen Pittman do in the past is throw to the tight end down here. They just don't have guys that have played a lot of tight end that catch a lot of footballs. Sweep to Strickland. He is across the 5. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittman. Well, they crossed him up. They faked the dive, Coach, and ran the sweep, and it got him in the end zone.
A little reverse, come back around, had everybody leaning one way, and he had a nice avenue to the end zone.
Well, the Pride get on the board first. It is 6-0 Pittman, and the far side of the stands, a little excited right now. I think it's a little surprise to everybody. They're probably able to get on top, take advantage of the blocked field goal. It's going to be Caden Speckens. He's going to kick it up, and it is good. So with 11:54 to go here in the second quarter, it's Pittman 7, Turlock nothing. We'll be right back after this. Bonander Buick.
Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Service, leadership, loyalty, determination. Jeff Dirksey is prepared to lead the Stanislaus County Sheriff's Department in 2018. Vote Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. For more, go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. That's jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Service, leadership, loyalty, determination. Jeff Dirksey is prepared to lead the Stanislaus County Sheriff's Department in 2018. Vote Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. For more, go to Jeff Dirksey.
Well, Coach, a little bit of a surprise here. The Pittman Pride, who were, I wouldn't say heavy underdogs, but they were underdogs in this game, jump out to a 7-0 lead, taking advantage of the blocked field goal, and then the 9-yard touchdown run by Steckren.
It puts some pressure on the Turlock offense to get into the end zone now.
All right, back to receive is Etheridge. Kicking is Montejo. And he kind of pooches it towards the 20-yard line. It's going to bounce, and it's going to be picked up by Porter at the 10. He's across the 20 to the 25. He gets off big lane to the right. He's across the 30, across the 40, across midfield. He's still going. Inside the 30, inside the 20, to the 10, 5, touchdown, Bulldogs. Well, Coach, the last time the Bulldogs trailed was week 6 at halftime. They took the opening kickoff of the second half for a touchdown. Guess who ran it back? Porter. This time Porter picks it up at his own 20 and brings it down all the way for a touchdown. And, Coach, some great moves by Porter. Broke at least 6, maybe 7 tackles. I thought for sure he was going to go down at the 30, and he was able to break it and get in the end zone.
Initially, after he fielded a punt, he made 2 defenders miss with 2 really nice moves. Got back up in the middle of the field, got through that entanglement, got outside, made a couple nice moves, broke a couple tackles at the end. Again, special teams gets the team on the scoreboard.
Tilby now with the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. And just like that, it is a 7-7 ball game with 11:33 to go. We're going to take another short break. We'll be back with the kickoff. 7-7 game here right after this.
The Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club would like to send a special thank you to the Turlock community for its support this year of the Turlock High football teams. Our goal as members is to raise enough money to provide the best safety equipment for every level of Turlock High football. With help from you and other members of our community, this year we've been able to do just that. Please join us for our 8 a.m. Saturday morning breakfast at latest, where you can hear and discuss the recap of the game from the coaches and players. To become a member of the Turlock Bulldog Quarterback Club, or for more information, message us on our Instagram or Facebook page. Go Dogs! The Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club would like to send a special thank you to the Turlock community for its support this year of the Turlock High football teams. Our goal as members is to raise enough money to provide the best safety equipment for every level of...
Love it, your Farmers Insurance Group.
We are farmers.
To be back to kick, to receive is Reyes and Steckren. Well, after a very quiet first quarter, we've had a lot of action here in the first 27 seconds of quarter number 2. And Tilby, for the 26th time this year, bangs it into the end zone, and the Pride will begin at their own 20-yard line. So, Coach, talk us through that kickoff return.
Initially, what really set it up, he made 2 great moves after he initially caught the ball. There were a couple defenders right there. He gave him a good juke there, got through, got back to the middle of the field and started to pick up his blockers. Popped it to the outside, came on down the field for about 20 more yards, started to cut back across the field and ran into a couple defenders, then broke it back to this side and basically ran over the last 2 defenders that were in his way to get in the end zone.
Quick hitter to Partita up the middle, and he will be stonewall at about the 31, maybe the 32-yard line. They're going to give him 2 yards on that play. He's 2nd and 8 for the Pride, and right now a little bit of a gut punch to the Pride, who had hit Turlock with a little quick jab that stunned him for just a second.
Yeah, now they got to bounce back to where they were when they got that quick score.
Right up the line quickly. This time it's going to be number 24, Garza. He's across the 25, and he gets down near the 30-yard line. Another time, helmet comes off by one of the running backs.
That's Garza again, the same guy. It's the second time that's happened.
A pickup of 7 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and a short 1 for the Pride.
Pittman's having success outside the tackles. They've been able to pop a couple quicks from there. Can't get much inside, but They've had some success in the last 2 drives.
Well, when you look at the Bulldogs, not a real big, stout interior line.
Right.
And we're going to have an offsides on the defensive end here for the Bulldogs, and it's going to give the Pride a first down. That's going to be on Calvin Paul. And that's a gift.
Oh, yeah, those are free yards, just like free bases in baseball. You don't want to do that. Free yards, especially when it gives them a first down.
Well, especially it's 3rd and 1.
Yep.
So now the ball out to the 34-yard line. 10:37 to go. We're tied at 7. Pittman and Turlock in Harvestville 2017. Quick hitter to Partita up the middle. He will be buried as he crosses the 35, gets up to the 36. Pickup of 2 on the play. Tackle on the play by Cordero. Now that's a guy I expect to call his name a lot tonight. He's been a little quiet so far here in the first quarter plus. They're actually going to give him a gain of 3 on that run. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Pride. This time it's going to be Pride off the side, up the middle, across the 40, across the 45, and it'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 9 on the play and a first down for the Pride.
He did
a grind on the tackle.
Did a really nice job picking his lane there. Moved to the outside and got an 8 or 9 yard gain.
And I've been very impressed by Pittman's ability to move the ball on the ground against this Turlock defense. Reyes off the right side. He's going to bounce off a play, and then he's going to be tackled at midfield. Pickup of 4 on the play. Dirksey on the tackle. Dirksey, the 3rd leading tackler for the Bulldogs. First time we have mentioned his name tonight.
You know, and Pittman's basically doing it without putting the ball in the air at all. So you've got 11 people at the line of scrimmage.
Quick hitter to Pardita up the middle again, and this time he is tripped up before he can get going, as Fountain able to shoot the gap and tackle him at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 6, just inside midfield.
Turlock's defensive backs are only about 5 yards off the ball.
Well, they're just daring you to go up top, but they believe that their front 7's going to get to the quarterback before you can throw it. Going to be Bass off the left side. He's got nowhere to go, and he is buried behind the line of scrimmage. Nice move play in there by Lance Couchman to take him down for a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 4th down, and I believe the Pride is going to punt it again away as Montejo comes in.
Yeah, Bass tried that same little sweep play that he gained 8 or 9 yards on, and they completely shut that one down.
Noons back again to receive the punt. Montejo, who's got a workout here so far in this ball game, 7-7 game. As we move inside, 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Montejo with a nice punt. Noons is going to take it his own 15. He's going to take it right up the middle. It bounces off the tackler, across the 30, and he's going to be drugged down at the 34-yard line by Julian Garza. But a return of 18 yards, and the Bulldogs will start at their own 33. Now they call it the 34-yard line with 8:06 to play.
Just notice that Pittman's tacklers on special teams don't tackle very well. He broke 3 or 4 tackles there.
Well, we saw that on the kickoff return for a touchdown by Porter. He broke at least 6 or 7 tackles. Kosakevich in the gun. Etheridge to his left. Swoop to Curtis. Curtis across the left side. He's going to get across the 35 to the 40. And he's going to be drug out of bounds just at the sticks. We'll see if he got enough to pick up the first down. That'll be a tackle by Trenton Brock, the middle linebacker. Yep. They're determining it is going to be just enough for a first down as a 10-yard gain for Curtis. That is the first time we've called his name tonight. He may be the most electric as far as quick offensive players the Bulldogs have.
Yeah, he's really shifty. He broke a couple tackles there and then used his speed.
Curtis in motion again. This time they're going to give it up the middle to Etheridge, and he has got nowhere to go there in the middle. He is knocked over by Alex Baker, picked up maybe a yard. And the Bulldogs have not had a lot of success running up the middle. Really, Pittman has controlled the interior of both lines, Coach.
I was just going to say, Pittman's interior linemen are playing a great game up to this point in shutting down Turlock's run game.
Kosakevich. Back to pass. Screen, to Etheridge. He's got it across the 50. He's got blockers in front, across the 40, across the 30, down inside the 25 to the 24. That'll be a pickup of 31 yards on a nice little screen pass, and a late flag comes out on the far side. Coach, I'm not sure who's going to get dinged for that.
It looked like there were mostly Pittman players around in the area. Somebody must have said something.
Because that flag came out well after the play was over.
It's against Turlock.
That's going to be against, it sounds like it's against Etheridge. Must not have liked what happened after the tackle. And so that is going to push the Bulldogs all the way back to the Pride 39. And those are the types of mistakes that I know Coach Peterson drives him absolutely crazy. We'll see what we can see what happened here. I really didn't see anything. He just got up, must have said something, because the tackle looked clean. They're going to mark the ball at the 38-yard line of the Pride. 7:16 to go here. 7-7 ball game between Turlock and Pittman in the Harvest Bowl 2017. Etheridge in motion. Kosakevich alone in the backfield. Now Curtis in motion. Hand off to Curtis. No, it's fake to Curtis. Kosakevich keeps it. He breaks a couple tackles across the 35 down to the 32. Now Kosakevich, not a big guy, but he ran over a couple of guys before Trenton Brock could finally make the tackle.
A good second effort because it looked like he was stopped just into the line of scrimmage, and then he broke away. But the last play just before this, the screen pass, perfectly designed to loosen up that Pittman defense.
So the Bulldogs now 2nd and 4 from the Pride 32-yard line. Etheridge to the left to Kosakevich. Curtis in motion again, fakes it to Curtis. Back to pass, chased out, rolling to his right. He's got Curtis in the flat. He throws to him, makes the catch at the 25 to the 20. Across the 15, down inside the 10 before he is knocked out of bounds. Nice play there by Kosakevich to recognize where the outlet was. And a nice catch and run by Curtis of 22 yards, and the Bulldogs have 1st and goal inside the Pittman 10.
There was really good poise on Kosakevich's part because it looked like he had looked for a receiver, couldn't find anybody. It looked like he was going to run, and then noticed a receiver that had snuck out and made a really nice touch throw.
Paul, the Pride defender that knocked Curtis out, and Curtis a much bigger part of this possession for the Bulldogs than we had seen thus far. Kosakevich in the gun with Etheridge to his left. Hand off to Curtis on a little misdirection off the left tackle, and he has got nowhere to go. He maybe picks up a foot and a half maybe.
Yeah, he was the second back through, and the hole closed up, and he didn't have anywhere to go.
So 2nd and goal for the Bulldogs at the Pride 9-yard line. Curtis comes off the field. As everybody checks their wristbands, going to go, it appears, Coach, they're going to go to the power eye with Etheridge as the eye back, Flores as the fullback. Kosakevich under center, fakes to Etheridge, rolls to his right. He's got Sherwood wide open, but instead he throws it to the corner of the end zone, and it is incomplete. Intended for Grime, but a nice play over there by the cornerback. That appears to be number 30, Joey Vasquez. Boy, he had Sherwood all by himself in the middle of the field.
I was just going to say that. He had a receiver who had hooked up right in the middle of the field all by himself, but Kosakevich had already locked in on the wide receiver and tried to force it in.
A big 3rd down play here for the Bulldogs. 3rd and goal from the Pride 9. Going to be a fade into the end zone. Going up for it is Porter, but it is going to be incomplete. I think Porter played more defensive back there than he did wide receiver. Nice defense out there by Anthony Reyes. He never allowed Porter to get to that corner, and as a result, the pass falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down, and we'll see Dolan Tilby once again. And the last time we saw Tilby, things did not go the way that the Bulldogs are used to seeing.
6 points the other way.
So Tilby, this time he will try a 26-yard field goal out of the hold of Nunes. Bickle got the last one. We'll see what happens here. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and the kick is right down the middle. Dolan Tilby, 26-yard field goal, and the Bulldogs take their first lead of the night. It is 10-7 Turlock. 5:26 to go here in the first half. We'll be back with more right after this.
Jeff Dirksey always has been a leader, as an Army Ranger, as a commander in Iraq, and now as Patterson's police chief. He is uniquely qualified to be the next sheriff of Stanislaus County. In 2018, vote Jeff Dirksey for sheriff. For more, go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. That is jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. Jeff Dirksey always has been a leader, as an Army Ranger, as a commander in Iraq, and now as Patterson's police chief. He is uniquely qualified to be the next sheriff of Stanislaus County. In 2018, vote Jeff Dirksey for sheriff. For more, go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com.
Wait, the Bulldog kickoff, 5:26 to go here in the second quarter, excuse me. Brian Nelson here along with Larry Johnson on the NorCal Sports TV network and BlueChipBroadcasting.com, though we are having some issues with our internet feed on BlueChipBroadcasting.com as Toby bangs one, and it is going to be at the 1. Returned by Steckren. He is across the 20, across the 25 to the 30, before he is drugged down there by Fabio Gutierrez, who saved what could potentially have been a monster return, but even so, going to be good field position for the Pride.
Yeah, he did a great job on the return. He just kind of picked his way through the defenders and popped through and almost broke it.
So it'll be a 36-yard line for the Pride, 35-yard return on that, and that's the importance, Coach, of the ability to kick it in the end zone. Exactly. Difference of 16 yards. We're going to have a false start. Last time it's going to be on number 55, Giandro Ruizga. The tackle got a little jumpy there, and that'll cost the Pride 5. It'll be 1st and 15.
Both offenses are starting to get into a little rhythm here, and they're moving up and down the field a little better. Penalties are starting to kill them.
So Fair brings his team up to line of scrimmage. He is in the gun. Bass, single back to his left. Hand off to Bass, up the middle, and he goes absolutely nowhere. Dirksey with the first hit, and he tries to pull the ball out as well as drag Bass to the ground. Be a pickup of maybe, actually be a loss of 1 on the play, back to the 30-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 16, and the Pride going the wrong way here on this possession.
Yeah, the linebackers just stepped up in the gaps right there and shut that run play down.
So 2nd and 16 for the Pride as we head inside 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Fair back to pass. He's got plenty of time. Out pattern is thrown low and away from the intended receiver, Keone Souza. Coverage on the play by number 41, Omar Chico Salinas. Now, there's a good name. That's a cool name.
A lot of syllables there. Number 50, Dirksey, is really controlling the middle of the field right there for the Bulldogs. He's a good-sized linebacker that's got really good speed.
Yeah, if you're Fair now, you got to pay attention and find out where 15 is because you know he is coming full bore. Yeah. Cordero's got 14 and a half sacks this year, and on 3rd and 16, you know he's going to pin his ears back and come full blast off that right side. Fair from the gun. Fakes, going to throw a fade down the right side, but it was going to be overthrown, out of bounds, incomplete. That pitch pass was intended for Steckren. Good coverage on the play that time by Antonio Luis Suarez. And so it'll be 4th down for the Pride, and they're going to have to punt it away, trailing here 10-7. The Bulldogs are going to get at least one more possession here with 4:35 to go in the second quarter.
Again, the Bulldog defense stood right up and shut the Pride down.
Back to kick. New punter for the Pride. It is number 13, Caden Speckens. Noon's back again, and that's off the side of his foot. And it is going to hit and going to take a Pride roll. It's going to be picked up by Noons at 36. He goes off to the left. He is pushed, and he is still going. Breaks the tackle, breaks another tackle, and finally fumbles the ball. But it was recovered by the Bulldogs at about the 47-yard line. Noons was a pinball that time before he was finally brought down by Nathan Borelli. And a flag on the play at about the 46.
And I can't believe the official didn't blow that play dead because it looked like his knee touched the feet. You know, the tackler almost pulled him to the ground, and somehow he was able to break that tackle and get back upfield for a nice little gain.
So we're waiting for the officials to sort this out. And it's interesting, special teams, and there's always a penalty flag of some sort.
There's just so much going on, and a lot of times you get blocks thrown way away from the point of play, and it costs you.
That'll be a personal foul against the Bulldogs. That is their third personal foul of the ball game. And that's going to move the ball all the way back to the 31-yard line. So instead of Turlock having the ball near midfield with 4:18 to go with a 10-7 lead, they are now pinned back to their own. Now they're going to take it inside the 30 all the way down to the 26-yard line. They say that the personal foul occurred at the 41. So the Bulldogs, again with 4:18 to go, will start at their own 26-yard line. And for a team that's not real explosive offensively, that 20 yards, Coach, makes a big difference.
It's huge.
Kosakevich to Flores up the middle. He bowls his way forward before he is tackled at about the 30-yard line. Tyler and Brock on the tackle. And you can see Flores there, both hands on that football, holding on tight. His goal is to just keep the pile moving. He's not looking to break anything.
And Pittman's still trying to strip the ball away, but look for Turlock to come back to that screen. They had a huge play in the last series, and I think it's there.
And Kosakevich, when he rolls to his right, has been good. When he's had to roll to his left is when he's had some problems.
It's always difficult to get the hips turned around when you're going away if you're a right-hander to throw back.
Two receivers each side. Flores in the backfield. This is taking a long time. And Coach Peterson says, I've seen enough. We're going to call timeout. 3:31 to go here in the second quarter. Bulldogs 10, Pride 7. We'll be right back with more right after this.
Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook.
17. Bulldogs have 2nd and 6 at their own 30-yard line. It has been a game of special teams big plays. A blocked field goal led to Pittman's touchdown, and an 80-yard kickoff return by Jordan Porter. The Bulldogs' lone touchdown, and then Dalvin Toby, a 26-yard field goal, and that is how we've gotten to 10-7. Bulldogs in the spread formation. Single back Flores to Kozakevich's left. In motion, Kosakevich rolling. He is in big trouble. He is going to be buried inside the 25, back at the 21-yard line. That is going to be Azevedo, and good old number 67 at it once again, as Kosakevich had absolutely nowhere to go on that play.
He showed a little indecisiveness. He started to roll right, but didn't really snap out of the pocket, and the pocket fell apart, and they were able to get to him.
Loss of 9 on the play is going to bring up 3rd and about 16 for the Bulldogs, and this is another team that doesn't like 3rd and longs. Kosakevich takes it from the gun, looks downfield, throws it down the middle, throws it high, and it's picked off. Picked off by Stout. He's across the 30. Jitterbugs out to the right, still on his feet, spins back to the left, finally is grabbed by Dirksey and tackled at the 34-yard line of the Bulldogs, and another big turnover for the Pride, this time by their defense, and they're in plus territory with 2:37 to go.
Yeah, that was a really poor throw. He overthrew the receiver by 3 or 4 yards and right to the defensive back.
And he was open, too, running down the middle of the field. It was been an easy pitch and catch for the first down. Instead, he overthrew him, and now the Pride at the Bulldog 31. That time, Fair keeps it, and he is going to be tackled well behind the line of scrimmage by Casey Carr. They're going to mark him back all the way at the 38-yard line. And that play never seemed to get anything going from the get-go.
Now, the Bulldogs got a good jump off the line of scrimmage. Again, they're coming off the ends, and Pittman just can't block the defensive ends on the Turlock side.
So it brings up 2nd and 17 for the Pride, and they have gone backwards their last 2 possessions. And now as we move inside 2 minutes here in the first half, not a lot of urgency from the Pride offensively.
Again, this is huge for the Bulldogs to get a stop here. You want to go in with a positive halftime.
Fair? With going to be a delayed handoff to Race. He's across the 30, across the 20, across the 15, inside the 10. He dives for the end zone. He is in. Touchdown, Pittman Pride. Antonio Reyes, a 38-yard touchdown run, and the Pride are back on top, 13-7. That was, I believe, the old delay, almost Statue of Liberty type play.
Statue of Liberty in the one from Boise State that won them the bowl game years ago against Oklahoma. You just slide it around. They call it a Reggie play, or it's a trick play, and it catches the defense off. And now Pittman Pride's got a personal foul.
That'll be after the touchdown, so they'll push it back 15 yards either on the point after or on the kickoff. And if that's going to be on Bassett. If I'm Coach Peterson, I almost think I'm going to make him push it back on the PAT.
Yeah.
Make him kick a 35-yard extra point.
That's a good point. I do too.
Because with 1:40 to go, you're going to pick up 15 extra yards, but you're going to get the ball to start the second half. The 1 point makes a big deal, but they're going to have him kick it off. Oh yeah, they're going to move it back now. I think that's really wise.
That's a good call. Yep, that's a good call.
When you've got the advantage with the field goal kicker, you can keep this a 3-point game.
Yep.
That becomes extremely important. So now it will be, for Speckens, it will be a 35-yard extra point. This becomes a very big play in this ball game. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and the kick is good.
Yeah.
So Speckens says move it back 15, that's right, I'll blast it through anyways. Big leg. 35-yard extra point, and it is now a 14-10 Pittman lead. 1:41 to go. We'll be right back after this.
Retiring Sheriff Adam Christensen says the choice is clear. Jeff Dirksey should be the next sheriff in Stanislaus County. In 2018, join Sheriff Christensen and vote for Jeff. For more, go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. That's jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. Retiring Sheriff Adam Christensen says the choice is clear. Jeff Dirksey should be the next sheriff in Stanislaus County. In 2018, join Sheriff Christensen and vote for Jeff. For more, go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. That's jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. Retiring Sheriff Adam Christensen says the choice is clear. Jeff Dirksey should be the next sheriff in Stanislaus County. In 2000,
receives Speckens' kick.
19. That's 668-3319.
And number 17, Fabio Gutierrez, who goes straight to the ground at the 39-yard line. And so the Bulldogs will be in good field position with just 1:39 to play and 2 timeouts. Actually, I believe they only have 1 timeout to go because they used it because they were trying to avoid a couple of delay of game penalties. So the Bulldogs trail here 14-10, and a little bit of an upset here so far in the first half. Kosakevich from the gun. It's Grind and Sherwood here to the right side. Porter on the far side. Etheridge in motion. Quarterback draw to Kosakevich across the left side. He's across the 40, 45, 50. Across the 45, still dragging a tackler, and finally is pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. So Kosakevich, with everybody thinking they're going to throw it, keeps it, goes away from where all his receivers are, and there's going to be a penalty way back at the 44-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Boy, Turlock is just shooting themselves in the foot if this is against them.
And it's going to be a block in the back against the Bulldogs. It's going to be against Jordan Porter, and that'll put the Bulldogs all the way back to their own 34-yard line. That has got to be at least the 6th penalty on Turlock, and they have been big ones.
It's twice after huge gains, after the screen, now after the long run here. It's just really breaking their momentum.
So now it's going to be 1st and 14 at the 34-yard line. The big thing, Coach, is that I mean, you were almost in field goal range. Snap to Kosakevich. He waits. Pressure comes. He has to get out of the pocket. He's across the 35 before he is knocked out of bounds at near the 36-yard line. So a pickup of just 2 on the play. It'll bring up second and about 12. Again, the Pride line able to really compete with these big, strong linemen for the Bulldogs as we're at 1:24 to go here in the first half. Bulldogs with just 1 timeout left and a long time to get the play in from the Bulldog sideline. Kosakevich trying to get his guys lined up. Official in the back calling. Snap is not going to get away, and Peterson calls his 3rd and final timeout. So 1:23 to go here in the first half. It's the Pride 14, the Bulldogs 10. We'll be right back after this.
Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club would like to send a special thank you to the Turlock community for its support this year of the Turlock High football teams. Our goal as members is to raise enough money to provide the best safety equipment for every level of Turlock High football. With help from you and other members of our community, this year we've been able to do just that. Please join us for our 8 a.m. Saturday morning breakfast at latest, where you can hear and discuss the recap of the game from the coaches and players. To become a member of the Turlock Bulldog Quarterback Club or for more information, message us on our Instagram or Facebook page. Go Dogs! The Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club would like to send a special thank you to the Turlock community for its support this year of the Turlock High football teams. Our goal as members is to raise enough money to provide the best safety equipment for every level of Turlock High football. With help from you and other members of our community, this
to go, because you will get the ball to start the second half.
You got to try to move down the field and get in field goal range with the time left, with short passes, something quick. He doesn't have a lot of time back there to throw anything medium or long range, so he's got to go short up the field.
All right, back to throw. Kosakevich got it chased by Bickle. Gets away off to his right. He's got Curtis in the flat. Throws it to him. He makes the catch before he is drilled at the 42-yard line by number 1. That's Justin Sayers. Boy, he had Curtis out there all alone. But by the time Kosakevich found him and got the ball to him, he was...
The defense reacted.
Yeah, the defense had time to get there and make the tackle. Another flag on the field, this time at the 40-yard line. Wonder if it may be an eligible man downfield. We're waiting for the official to let us know.
Yep, you got it.
I called it. An eligible man downfield. That's going to cost the Bulldogs another 5 yards.
Yep.
And Turlock has been its own worst enemy today. Blocked field goal, interception return to set up a touchdown, and at least 7 penalties in the first half. So Kosakevich now 2nd and 16 as we are at minute 13 to go. Back to pass, throws it long, deep down the side. He's got Grind, he's got a step. He makes the catch. He's across the 25 before he's tackled at the 22-yard line. Dustin Grind, the big, strong safety. As there's a penalty flag, that's going to be on
defensive pass
Stout, or Sayers, excuse me, for pass interference. That was a good try by Sayers. He knew he was beating him. I might as well try to grab him. But Grind is so strong that he was able to make the catch. Throw down the side, coach, and you see he grabs him about the 35, but Grind still able to bring it in.
Yep. And
had Sayers been able to pull him to the ground, Grind would have scored.
Yep. Great catch.
Clock running as they set the chains inside a minute to go. Ball at the 22. Kosakevich back to throw. He's chased. He's going to be dragged down at the 21, and now the Bulldogs got to move. They're out of timeouts. And the wide receiver's very slow getting back to the line of scrimmage. Play clock down inside 40 seconds. Kosakevich is going to down it with now 38 seconds to go, but now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Pittman called timeout.
Oh, Pittman called timeout, and that is a break for the Bulldogs.
Yep.
Because they were going to ground the football and lose it down. Instead, Pittman calls timeout, and they're going to put 40 seconds on the clock. And so the Bulldogs now, it'll be 2nd and 9 instead of 3rd and 9. We'll go ahead and keep it here, Coach. But you can see Dustin Grind, who's been fairly quiet defensively tonight, definitely made an impact there on the offensive side.
That was an outstanding play. He had a defensive back hanging on him, one arm, pulling his arm down, and he catches it with the other and pulls it in, and then drags the guy another 5 yards. They need to get him into the offense a little bit more.
Now, a guy I've seen them use down here in these situations is the tight end Sherwood. He was wide open earlier when they ended up kicking the field goal because Kozakevich didn't see him. See if they go to him here. 2nd and 9 at the 21 of Pittman. 40 seconds to go. It is a 14-10 Pittman lead.
A lot of times you don't cover the tight end down there. You have a little seam that he can get up into, or what we call a tight end pop pass. Really effective in this part of the field.
Kozakevich takes the snap. He is chased out of the pocket. He is going to be drugged down by Bickle. Now he finally throws it away, but they're going to blow the whistle dead. It's going to be a sack for Lance Bickle, and it's going to bring it all the way back to the 30-yard line. The clock is running now. Inside 30 seconds, it's going to be 3rd and 18 for the Bulldogs from the 30-yard line. Bickle got in there, got a hold of Kozakevich, and wouldn't let him go. Kozakevich back to throw. Flags on the play. Across the middle is caught by Porter inside the 20, down inside the 15. And it's going to be holding against the Bulldogs. And if I'm Coach Tyler, I'm going to take that penalty because the clock's going to keep running once they set the chains. So the 8th penalty of the night already for the Bulldogs.
I think
so. It was a legal formation against the Bulldogs. That was declined. Holding against the Bulldogs is going to be accepted. It will still be 2nd down, but now Turlock's going to be all the way back outside the Pittman 40-yard line. So now they've taken themselves completely out of field goal range.
That's why they're taking the penalty here. It pushes them back out of field goal range.
And the clock should start as soon as the ball is placed into play, and there it goes. So inside 10 seconds, this will be the last play more than likely of the first half, barring a defensive penalty. And now everybody's moving, and Pittman's going to call timeout with 6 seconds to go. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll give you the last plays. 14-10 Pittman, 6 seconds to go.
Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff, Police Chief, Detective, Patrol Agent, Deputy. Jeff Dirksey has the skills, the experience, and the judgment to be the next sheriff in Stanislaus County. For more, go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. That's jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff, Police Chief, Detective, Patrol Agent, Deputy. Jeff Dirksey has the skills, the experience, and the judgment to be the next sheriff in Stanislaus County. For more, go to...
Is back on the clock. So 2 more seconds for Turlock. And so possibly 2 plays if you ran a quick out, but the Bulldogs are out of timeouts.
They're going to have to try and throw it up and see if they can get a receiver close or in the end zone.
I'd get Grind down near the goal line and throw it to him. And now Coach Tyler's going to use his 3rd and final timeout. We're going to go ahead and keep it here. So this has been, after a very quiet first quarter, this second quarter has been nothing but excitement.
The key thing is that turnover and interception by Pittman and quick score has changed Turlock's whole offensive thinking. And now they've tried to throw the ball, and they just can't get the ball downfield with Pittman's pressure. They've gone completely away from the run game.
Yeah, and the interesting thing, part of that's been it's been late here in the first half. Didn't have a lot of time, but the pass protection from that big offensive line has been poor.
Yes. Yep.
Or porous, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah, they're just getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and he doesn't have a lot of time to look for receivers.
Yeah, now they're going to switch. They're going to put Porter, Grind, and Curtis on the left side. Sherwood, the lone receiver, here on the right. See if they run a quick out, get some more yardage before they throw it in the end zone. Kozakevich back, pressure coming, gets it down. He's going to throw a screen. It's going to be the fourth, and he is buried. And he is buried by Azevedo. That's going to be the final play, but there is a penalty flag as Carlos Martinez and one of the Bulldogs were jawing at one another. And we'll see the officials see if they can figure this out, but the clock shows 0, so it should be halftime. But the official's going to figure it out. This is a penalty on Pittman. Before the clock hits zeros, the Bulldogs are going to get another play. It's going to be unsportsmanlike against Pittman. So they're going to call it the half. It'll be the penalty enforced on the second half kickoff. So it is halftime here at Joe Dudley Stadium. It is Pittman 14, Turlock 10. We'll be back with the Bonander GMC Drive halftime show right after this.
Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff.
Because they've been penalized 3 times as much as Pittman, and it's really affected their ballgame. They had 2 big gainers called back by penalties, and I'm sure they're going to have to regroup at halftime and eliminate the penalties if they want to have a chance to win this ballgame.
Well, I think the penalties, Larry, and the mistakes. I mean, it's just a combination. The turnovers, the blocked field goals, the second and third and longs because of the holdings and the personal fouls. You cannot compete and win against a good team when you do these kinds of things.
And the turnovers and the big plays have really helped Pittman because, like, coming in, they're the underdog. Turlock is supposed to, kind of run away from this ballgame, and Pittman has had the momentum in their corner for the majority of the first half.
Yeah, I know. We're going to take a short break, Coach. When we come back, for those of you watching on NorCal Sports TV, we're going to do some first half highlights right after this.
Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms, expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms, expanding into the Central Valley. Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff.
For those of you watching on NorCalSports.tv, we're going to give you some first half highlights. First one we're going to look at here as we're getting it brought up was a nice play here by the Bulldogs on a nice run by Etheridge as he knocks over 1, 2, 3, 4 Bulldogs before he's finally knocked out of bounds, and that was one of the key plays for the Bulldogs early. But here's the key play of the first quarter. That is the block punt by Bickle that was picked up by Vasquez and taken deep inside Bulldog territory, which led directly to Pittman's first touchdown. And again, the pace, there's that quick hitter that they were so successful with in that first touchdown drive, Coach.
Yeah, the quick trap inside. They've had a lot of success with that.
And here's the touchdown on the sweep to Sekran, where he got outside. Bulldogs took the first 2 fakes, and we've talked about how aggressive they are defensively. Yep. And then here's the kickoff return. Let's count how many tackles he breaks. He already broke 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tackles he broke on his way for an 80-yard touchdown.
Yep.
And I believe, Coach, this is the little swing pass to Curtis. No, this is the swing pass, to Etheridge. Where he breaks a tackle, gets down inside. But remember, at the end of this play, Etheridge got called for a personal foul, and it moved the Bulldogs back. Here's a swing pass out to Curtis. And I think you're going to see Turlock go back to this play. They seem to have a lot of success. Nobody picked Curtis up out of the backfield.
Well, they did try it one time, but the throw was there a little late, and the defensive back was able to make the tackle.
Now the Bulldogs had 2nd and goal from the 9. And here's where they had Sherwood wide open in the end zone. Nobody saw him, and the throw was outside incomplete.
Yeah.
And that really hurt him.
Yeah, he locked onto the one receiver and tried to force it.
Tilby here with the 26-yard field goal. And that gave the Bulldogs the 10-7 lead with 5:25 to go. But here's one of the key plays of the first half. Kosakevich on a 2nd and 6 gets sacked, which sets up the next big play. And he has just had a lot of time to throw. He has a wide open guy, wide open down the middle of the field. It's high, picked off by Souza. And he takes it down inside into Bulldog territory near the 30-yard line. And that sets up the good old Statue of Liberty play. Fake, and I'm going to take it, and nobody there, and Reyes breaks one tackle and takes it to the house. And that touchdown gave the Pride a 14-10 lead. And right before halftime, Kosakevich with a nice hard run up the middle to pick up again, get inside Pittman territory. I really thought that the Bulldogs might get a chance to at least get within field goal range. But personal fouls, as you see the Bulldogs moving backwards instead of forwards, really hurt Turlock.
Keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Nice catch here by Grind on the long pass down the right sideline to give the Bulldogs an opportunity. And the Bulldogs at one point had the ball at the 21-yard line, but then this is the big sack by Lance Bickle as he got a hold of Kosakevich. The official called him down before the throw was out of bounds. And the Bulldogs just ran out of time. This was the long throw, but you could see the penalty flag coming out right before the throw was made to Porter. And that pushed the Bulldogs back, and they ran out of time. And that's why we're at a 14-10 ball game. This was the final play of the first half. And don't really quite understand this call anyways, because you weren't going anywhere.
No. It's thrown right into the teeth of the defense.
And there's the personal foul by Martinez. It was after it hit 0-0, so the officials made the right call. A little bit too much chirping. But Pittman's going to have to kick off from their own 25-yard line when we start the second half. Coach, a couple of things as we not only do high school football, but here on BlueChipBroadcasting.com, we are the home of Stanislaus State basketball and baseball, and some what we call the Warrior Weekly Report. The volleyball team has had a tough year. Dropped another game, this time to Sonoma State. They lost 3 games to 1. The volleyball team now just 2-21 on this season, a very young group. Don't forget, the women's basketball team opens their exhibition season on Sunday night as they travel to San Jose State University to take on the Spartans on Sunday, and then they will head down to take on Cal State Bakersfield on Tuesday night. And the women open up their regular season Friday evening. Game will be on Warrior TV and BlueChipBroadcasting.com. Joe Donahue and Reggie Wright will bring you all the action from the Fitz as the Warriors will take on the Northwest Nazarene and Concordia in a 2-night tournament. The Friday night game will be at 7:30, and the Saturday game will be at 3:30. Both those games on BlueChipBroadcasting.com and Warrior TV. Some people that follow us may wonder, well, where are you guys going to be? Well, Eric and I will be up in San Rafael with the men, as the men will start their regular season with a tournament. They will take on Dominican University at 2 o'clock on Friday afternoon. That'll be a BlueChipBroadcasting.com radio-only game. And then on Saturday, they will take on the Academy of Art at 12 noon. Again, a BlueChipBroadcasting.com only event. And for those of you wanting that are follow us on BlueChipBroadcasting.com, we originally were scheduled to bring you the Stanislaus State UC Riverside basketball game tomorrow afternoon from Riverside, but unfortunately, due to an unforeseen family emergency in my family, and Eric, because he's also not here tonight, is home sick in bed, we will not be heading down to Riverside tomorrow morning to bring you that ball game. So go to WarriorAthletics.com, the Stanislaus State University website, and you can click on the audio-video link, and you will get the UC Riverside feed tomorrow. But, Coach, the men's basketball team looks really good so far. There is a little change at the Fitz. They have been very impressive. They lost to a NCAA tournament Nevada team, Division I team, by 17 on Sunday, and then they absolutely punished Pacific Union College and NAIA school out of the Napa Valley, 105-69. Coach, they have scored 50 or more points in 3 consecutive halves.
And with the new coaching
with Coach Trevor, with Coach Reynolds, you've got Trevor's energy and Coach Reynolds' brain. That is a dangerous combination. I think the coaches in the CCAA are going to be a little concerned.
Seems to be clicking early in the season.
We got a halftime score from Laney College over in Oakland. It is Laney College 21 and the MJC Pirates 20. Coach, you got some scores from around the area?
We do. It's some key games at Central Catholic. We have the Raiders 14, Oakdale 7 at halftime. A big game in the MMC between Downey and Gregori, and Downey leads that one 14-7 at half. In the CCC, Merced leads Golden Valley 3-0. And Buhack Colony leads the Atwater Falcons 12-7 in the first half.
That's a little closer game down there in Atwater than a lot of people would have expected. Buhack, and that's a big game for Pittman, because if Buhack loses and the Pride win, they will get a tie with the Bulldogs, but they will have the tiebreaker, and they would end up being the number 1 seed coming out of the CCC. Well, we're going to take a very short break. When we come back, we'll have the second half kickoff and more right after this.
Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms, expanding into the Central Valley.
And it also is short.
School spirit gear? Come visit us at Crivelli Shirts and More, located at 310 East Main Street in downtown Turlock. Crivelli's provides the latest in school spirit, fashion, and accessories.
So we are going to draw another 50. No, just kidding. We heard the winners on their way. Take your time. Take your time. Oh, and that is wide to the right. Left the door wide open again.
Well, Coach, as we look at the second half, what adjustments do you think we're going to see each coach make here as we head into quarter number 3?
I really think Coach Peterson had to tell his group, come on, guys, show some more poise, quit making so many mistakes and penalties in order to, it's killing drives. And on the other side, as far as Pittman, they've got the lead and they've got the momentum going into the second half. Turlock's got to find a way to get the offense back in gear. And Pittman just keep doing the same thing they've done in the first half. They're running the ball really well.
Well, the Bulldogs getting wound up down here, but it's one of the things, it's controlled emotion.
Yep.
Have a focus. Don't worry about what the other guy's doing. Play control. For Pittman, they've done, for the most part, up until the final play of the first half, they have kept their emotions in check.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons why they lead here 14-10.
Yeah. There's still a lot of chippiness going on almost after every play. There's chippiness going on. The officials have to get between players, and it's really costing the Turlock Bulldogs because they're getting the ones that are getting the flags.
Well, we're about ready to kick this thing off. We've got about a minute here before we go. We want to encourage you to check out NorCalSportsTV.com. They're bringing you the Harvest Bowl, but they also bring some collegiate sports around the area. They've done MJC football, some Las Positas basketball. So check them out, support them. And thanks to them, we're still on the air tonight.
What was the Laney MJC score?
It was 21-20 Laney at halftime.
Oh, my gosh.
And there are players from both of these schools playing in that game for MJC, including Danny Velasquez, who may be one of the more exciting players we've seen here since the days of Kevin Kramer.
And the big defensive player, Mustafa Johnson.
Mustafa Johnson, absolutely. Yeah. So if you're Coach Peterson, you just wonder, last year his team really struggled in the first half moving the football, and he came out in that power eye and just punished the Pride on a long, sustained, dominant drive, and the game was never the same after that. You just wonder if he might go back to that bag of tricks here again and pull that out because it was so effective last year.
What he's got to do, he's got to take control back. Right now, Pittman's got control of the ball game. Turlock's scrambling to try to get their offense going, and they're making so many mistakes. And they've got to do something to pull it back together and score first here in the second half, which is really, really key.
Go ahead. I say, reminder, the kickoff's going to be from the 25-yard line for Speckens because of the penalty against Martinez at the end of the first half.
And that's going to give Turlock a huge, huge break. If they get any run back at all, they're going to have good field position to start this offensive drive.
Bulldogs with 8 first downs in the first half. The Pride with just 6. Pooch kick, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Oh, my gosh.
At the 45-yard line, and so the Bulldogs are going to get outstanding field position to start the second half. Are they going to put it from the back 5 yards and then re-kick? If I'm the Bulldogs, I want to know where I get that ball. I want to take it. Usually it's about 30 yards down the field, which would put the ball at the 45-yard line of the Bulldogs.
That must have been before the kick.
And Peterson is not happy. He said, that's supposed to be my decision.
Really?
JP, who is a very mild-mannered guy. He does not raise his voice often.
You can see the veins in the side of his neck come up here.
He is not a happy camper.
I don't understand what Pittman was trying to do there.
I don't either, because there is no reason whatsoever for the Bulldogs to even try to field that kick. It was so far out of bounds. In the pro game, you'd get the ball at the 40.
Yeah, from where you kicked it.
And so if he's back at the 25, that's 5 yards further back. You think Turlock get the ball at the 45-yard line.
Yep.
But they are going to re-kick it here. So Speckens going to kick it once again. Back deep is Etheridge, and they're going to boot it. And Etheridge is going to take it to his own 20-yard line. Across the 25 to the 30, across the 35 to the 40, 45, 50, and he's going to be drugged down at the 47-yard line of Pittman. Tackled by number 45, Ishmael Nunez. So the Bulldogs with outstanding field position here to start the second half.
And that's just what the Bulldogs need.
So Kosakevich with Flores to his left, Cordero to his left. Cordero with the ball. Around the right side, he's going to get across the 45 and pushed out of bounds just before he reaches the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the 41-yard line. So Gabe Cordero, the big defensive end, getting a chance to run the football, and he picks up 5, maybe 6 yards on first down. They're going to give him 6, just outside the 40.
That was just a simple sweep play coming to the sideline, and nice game.
Cordero, physical specimen, big, strong kid. And they're going to keep it again. This time they go to the left side. He breaks the tackle across the 35, skips around to the 30, and he's finally knocked out of bounds at the 28. So a 12-yard gain there. So Cordero with a quick 19 yards on 2 carries.
The Bulldogs must have seen something, because what they're doing is just sealing the defensive end and getting to the outside.
And I think Cordero a little quicker than Flores from that fullback position, able to get outside. Kosakevich checking the wristband. This time Cordero lined up on his right. Kosakevich back to pass, pump fake, rolling to his right, throws it down, getting away from the receiver is Porter. Porter makes the catch. He is in. Touchdown! Touchdown, Jacob Porter, and the Bulldogs retake the lead. Well, Porter got away from the defender. Ball was underthrown, but he came back to it, made the catch, and got inside the pylon, and the Bulldogs retake the lead.
Kosakevich took a quick look to a receiver, didn't see him, started to scramble to the outside a little bit. Again, a nice touch pass for the touchdown.
And so the Bulldogs quickly, in just a matter of 32 seconds, go 47 yards for the touchdown on just 3 plays.
And again, those are great adjustments at halftime. They saw a couple things that they could attack, and they did, and it paid off for them.
And Tilby, bangs it through for the extra point. So 11:28 to go here in the third quarter. It's the Bulldogs 17, the Pride 14. We'll be right back after this.
The Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club would like to send a special thank you to the Turlock community for its support this year of the Turlock High football teams. Our goal as members is to raise enough money to provide the best safety equipment for every level of Turlock High football. With help from you and other members of our community, this year we've been able to do just that. Please join us for our 8 a.m. Saturday morning breakfast at latest, where you can hear and discuss the recap of the game from the coaches and players. To become a member of the Turlock Bulldog Quarterback Club, or for more information, message us on our Instagram or Facebook page. Go Dogs!
All right, we're back here at Joe Dudley Stadium. The Bulldogs going 47 yards in 3 plays. Touchdown, 38 yards. 28 yards from Kosakevich to Porter. Tilby, back to kick. He'll try to bang this into the end zone. And he does. It'll be a touchback, his 3rd of the ball game, and the Pride will begin at their own 20-yard line.
Again, a chance for the Bulldog D to come out now and shut down the Pride, which is really key, and to get the ball back for the Turlock offense.
And I think if you're the Bulldog defense, this is where you're the big boy pants. You're supposed to be the dominant group on this team. You need to make a statement right here and get the ball back in your offense's hands. Fair. Handoff. Looks like that is to Reyes, and he goes absolutely nowhere. Dirksey, the first Bulldog to hit him, along with number 52, Alex Arroyo. And again, one of the few times, Coach, we've actually mentioned an interior lineman's name.
Yeah, usually it's the secondary or the people on the outside. But, again, this is going to be a key to Turlock's success in the second half.
They gave Reyes a yard on that play. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the Pride 21, and there's going to be a false start. And this time it's going to be on the left tackle, Suk Narula. That's been a tough spot. Narula's had a false start. Reyes had a false start earlier from that left tackle position. And these guys, normally they've been blocking Cordero. Cordero's lined up now on the left side. It is Fountain that's lined up on the right side.
The key now, too, is fatigue in the second half. Turlock being much bigger than Pittman, and just be a matter if they wear him down.
So 2nd and 14. Ball's got it, then he's got a guy wide open down the middle of the field. It is caught by Souza. A great play-action fake by Fair. Fooled me, fooled coach, and fooled our spotter Dave Woods. And Souza, and the Bulldogs too, as Souza went right down the middle and able to make the catch and a pickup of 39 yards. And a big first down for the Bulldogs.
That's huge for the Pittman Pride. That they snuck that receiver out and the defensive backs went to sleep.
Up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Bass has got it. He's across the 40, across the 35 to the 30, down to 25, 20, before he's finally knocked out of bounds at the 19. Pickup of 26 on that play, and Bass able to bounce that outside and get a nice big gain for the Pride.
Yeah, Pittman's bouncing right back, and they took the punch, and now they're coming right back.
They're going to see he stepped out at the 20, so it'll be a 25-yard gain. And Cordero came up a little lame on that play. He hobbled back to the line of scrimmage. Quick snap. This time it's going to be Pardita up the middle, and Arroyo got him before he could get going for absolutely no gain. And Arroyo, that's 2 quick plays. He's been able to get off of his blocks and get to the ball carrier right away.
Control in the middle and the inside in there, and there was just a simple dive play, but the hole was closed down really quick.
So the Pride now, 2nd and 10 from the Bulldog 20. They trail 17-14, 9.5 minutes to go. This time Bass off the left side. He gets outside on the corner. Across the 15, and he's going to be knocked down just shy of the 10. They're going to mark him out at the 13-yard line. Tackle on the play by a host of Bulldogs, led by number 41, Omar Chico Salinas, my new favorite name.
Bass has that skill where he just kind of bounces along the line of scrimmage and then sees a little seam and then zoom.
Snap this time, Pardita off the right side, across the 10, down to the 9-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Pride. Dirksey on the tackle. And Grind pick up a 4, but it'll be a 1st and goal for the Pride at the Bulldog 9-yard line. And again, the Pride getting that same push we saw them get in the first half.
Well, the key thing that the pass did, it loosened that defense up a little bit now, so they can't come so close to the line of scrimmage.
Bulldogs bring in big 68, Shiante Motley. Bass off to the side, and this time the Bulldogs were waiting for it. Cordero got us around the legs, and then Salinas finished him off. Loss of 3 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and goal this time from the Bulldog 12. 8:27 to go. Bulldogs 17, Pride 14.
Well, the Bulldogs had 4 or 5 people at the ball real quick.
They, I think, sniffed that one out a little earlier than the Pride would hope. A little bit slower to the line of scrimmage this time for Fair. Takes a snap. Fakes it this time, an end around to 15. That is Stecklin. And this time the Bulldogs are there, and they've got him buried back at the 14-yard line. Tackles on the play by Suarez and Lopez. Marco Lopez, another guy we have not called his name much tonight. He's one of the top tacklers for Turlock. Well, the Pride, after getting down to the 9, going the wrong way, Coach.
Well, they did a great job of stringing that sweep out and let the rest of the defense come to the ball. for no gain.
3rd and goal from the 13-yard line. Pride down by 3. Fair in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Rolling. He's got a guy open in the middle. It's Reyes. He's got the catch, and he's got a touchdown. Nice pass from Fair to Reyes on a quick little slant, and the Pride retake the lead.
Yeah, that was a great throw. He waited until the receiver cleared the defensive back and stuck it right in there. Really nice play.
So the Pride answer the Bulldog touchdown with a touchdown of their own. And in for the extra point is Speckens. Speckens with the kick. And it is good. Time on the field. 7:22 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's the Pittman Pride 21. The Turlock Bulldogs 17. We'll be right back after this. The Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club would like to send out a special thank you to the Turlock community for its support this year of the Turlock High football teams. Our goal as members is to raise enough money to provide the best safety equipment for every level of Turlock High football. With help from you and other members of our community, this year we've been able to do just that. Please join us for our 8 a.m. Saturday morning breakfast at Latives, where you can hear and discuss the recap of the game from the coaches and players. Become a member of the Turlock Bulldog Quarterback Club, or for more information, message us on our Instagram or Facebook page. Go Dogs. Well, Coach, a little excitement here.
It was a great answer by Pittman after Turlock took 3 plays and stuck it in the end zone. Pittman came back, and the big play of that whole drive was the 30-yard pass play that caught Turlock totally looking into the backfield.
Ready for the kickoff. Kicks it deep. And Etheridge is going to take it and run into the end zone, and they're going to call it a touchback. So a touchback for Speckens. And all of a sudden, Coach, he's like, well, you guys talk so much about Tibby, but what about me?
Yep, we got a Donnybrook going here. And again, both teams have settled down a little bit and are playing at the top of their game, both offensively and defensively. And we could have a big, high-scoring second half.
That was a 6-play, 80-yard drive for the Pride. So now Kosakevich down by 4 once again. This time he'll start from his own 20-yard line. On the pass, Etheridge coming right at us. Across the 25 before he is tripped up. Nice tackle by Brock. Save what could have been a big play.
That was a big play saver there. That he had full steam going, and he was going to run over the other defensive back if that tackle wasn't made.
Pickup of 9 on the play. It'll bring 2nd and 1 for the Bulldogs. Kosakevich keeps it off to the left side, and he is not going to get the first down. In fact, he's going to be thrown for a 1-yard loss. Getting in there for the tackle for loss was Matthew Robinson, junior linebacker. It'll bring up 3rd and a long 2 for Turlock. And I think Kosakevich made a mistake there. Had he given the ball to Flores, that was going to be an easy first down.
Yeah, it seemed.
So the Bulldogs, though, 3rd down conversion. They've had spurts where they've converted them consistently and then not been able to do so. Kosakevich keeps it again. He crosses the 30 and just gets the first down before he is drilled by Azevedo. And again, I think Kosakevich making the mistake on the read. He's keeping the ball when the opportunity for the sweep or the dive is there.
I'd go to that sweep and just keep running it because there's nobody out here, and they're going to get big gainers every time they run it.
3-yard gain for Kosakevich. It'll be a first down for the Bulldogs. And again, some confusion in the Bulldogs' backfield. Flores to his left. Kosakevich has it. Fakes it. Now he's got to run for his life. Broken play. He's going to cross the 30. He's going to get across the 35 before he's tackled at about the 38, maybe the 39-yard line. Tackle on the play that time, I believe, by Bickle. Bickle's had a couple of big plays, had a big sack late in the first half to take the Bulldogs out of field goal range, and also had the blocked field goal that set up the Pride's first touchdown. So a pickup of 8 on that play to bring up 2nd and 2. Bulldogs getting big chunks on first down. That time they give it to Flores, and Bickle was waiting for him, and he goes nowhere, and he is going to pick up maybe a yard. I think Bickle read that right out of the gate.
Yeah, it was a simple dive, and the blocking wasn't there. You got to give the Pittman Pride defense, they are doing a great job shutting down this Turlock offense.
Well, I think they've done a great job controlling the line of scrimmage. The Bulldogs have not been able to move the ball down the field at will. It's been big pass plays that have really been Turlock's offense. 3rd and 2 from just outside the 40. To Etheridge across the 40, across 45 to 50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. And for Eric, he's going to take the pig to the pasture, but there is a penalty flag all the way back at the 43-yard line. And this one is coming back.
Oh, wait a minute.
Or maybe not. Or actually, maybe they took, Johnson's head came off the offensive guard. Okay, it's going to be a touchdown. It's going to be a personal foul against the Pride, knocking off the lineman's helmet. So I did get to say pigskin to the pig to the pasture, as Etheridge got all across the side, able to pull it back up. And once he got through, there was nobody was going to catch him. A great downfield block. I believe that was by number 17, Fabio Gutierrez, and that will be a 59-yard touchdown run for Etheridge.
And everybody has an answer so far in the second half here.
Tilby to kick the extra point, and now there's confusion there. Got the wrong guys, and they're going to actually go for 2, and I'm not sure I understand why. You've got a 2-point lead. I'm not really sure why you're going to go for 2.
They're going to get a penalty if they don't get it
They got the guys coming in. There is mass confusion on the Bulldogs side. And now Peterson is upset with the linesman over here on the near side. And now either Peterson's going to call timeout. I think this is going to be an official's timeout. There was mass confusion on the Bulldogs sideline. I think he thought, Coach, that they were going to put the ball down at the 1-yard line, and then they put it back at the 2. And now they've moved it back to the 1. So there is a lot of confusion here. And we are still waiting for some sort of clarification. It was an 80-yard drive by the Bulldogs in 5 plays, capped by Etheridge's 59-yard touchdown run. So Bulldogs are going to go for 2. I still don't quite understand this mathematically. Ball is at the 1-yard line. Kosakevich has got, he rolls to his right, looking in the end zone. He's going to throw to Sherwood, who makes the catch for the 2-point conversion. So that makes it a 25-21 ball game. And so the risk pays off for Coach Peterson and the Bulldogs. We're going to take a short break. 4:32 to go here in the third quarter. Bulldogs 25, Pride 21. We'll be right back after this. Service, leadership, loyalty, determination. Jeff Dirksey is prepared to lead the Stanislaus County Sheriff's Department. In 2018, vote Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. To learn more, go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. Well, Coach, this has been a very entertaining third quarter.
It really has. We've seen big plays on both sides, and neither defense has really showed up much in the second half. The offense has really controlled the pace of the game here in the second half, putting the ball in the end zone 3 times.
On that replay, you could see the patience of Kosakevich waiting for Sherwood to break open. Ball's going to be taken at the 1-yard line by Steckren, and he is tackled by Pritt deep in Pittman territory at the 13-yard line, and a penalty flag as well.
Another personal foul against Turlock.
Going to be a personal foul against the Bulldogs after the play.
Yep.
And so instead of pinning Pittman deep inside their own territory, it looks like the Pride are going to begin at their own about 28-yard line. 4:28 to go here. Oh, I take it back. They called it against the Pride. It's going to be on Isaiah Aguilar. So the official initially motioned the wrong direction, and so that's going to push the ball all the way back to the Pittman 7-yard line. And so now an opportunity for the Bulldog defense to pin their ears back, and for the Pride an opportunity to really turn this game around if they can put a long, methodical drive going the length of the field. Partita up the middle, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle before he is tripped up at about the 12-yard line by Marco Lopez. That's a gain of 5 by Partita, and again, the Pride able to open holes in the interior of that Bulldog defensive front.
Still having success.
Fair. Quick step. Again, Partita up the middle, breaks a tackle, bowls forward, and he's going to be down at about the 16-yard line. Pickup of another 4 yards, and it'll be just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Tackle by Cordero.
The thing is, the tackling hasn't been really crisp tonight. We've seen backs breaking tackles all over the place.
Well, the Bulldogs go with much more. Other than Arroyo, it's a very undersized, quick defensive front, and the Pride able to just push them back. Again, Partita up the middle. He is going to bowl forward, and he is going to be close to, and I believe he picked up the first down at about the 17-yard line. Pickup of 1. Casey Carr with the tackle. And see, they have Carr, Coach, listed as an outside linebacker, and he's been playing that interior defensive tackle position the whole night. And he is not a big guy.
Again, this is really key for Pittman to get out of this hole and change the tilt of the field a little bit, or Turlock's going to have good field position if they force him to punt.
Well, they got 1 first down. This time it's going to be a sweep to Stout around the right side, and he's got nowhere to go. He runs into Fountain for a loss, as Fountain's going to take him down at about the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1 on the play. That play a little slow in developing.
And the Turlock defense is reacting really well when the ball goes outside.
We go inside 2.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. 25-21 Bulldogs. Fair from the shotgun. Fake. Pass out on the screen to Stout. He's got nowhere to go. He breaks the tackle, but not before Cordero comes from his outside linebacker spot and knocks him down after a gain of 2 out to the 17-yard line. And for one of the few times here in the second half, Coach, Pittman going to have a 3rd and long.
Really key play for the Turlock Bulldog to shut Pittman down here and get the ball back for their offense.
And for Pittman, if they can convert this 3rd down, give their offense some confidence, get out from the shadow of their own goal line. 3rd and 9 from the Pittman 18-yard line. 1:54 to go. It's going to be out. Reyes is going to throw it. He's going to throw it. It's going to be incomplete. Couchman with the defense, and he had a pick staring at him. Nice play by Brad LeFavor to knock that away. And Reyes just underthrew him. Guy was open, but he underthrew him a little late, and the trickeration does not work for Coach Tyler. And it'll bring up 4th and 9, and the Bulldogs should get great field position.
Good series for the Bulldogs.
So Speckens will go back to punt, and he has been, though he hasn't done a great job punting, he is really impressed with his foot. Back deep is Nunes. You wouldn't believe that the Pride would try a fake here, not deep in their own territory. They don't, and Speckens kicks it off the side of his foot. Goes straight out of bounds at about the 30-yard line of the Pride. They're going to mark it at the 28-yard line, so just a 10-yard punt by Speckens, and the Bulldogs in great field position at the Pride 28-yard line, and they're looking for the knockout blow, Coach, right here.
That could be the backbreaker right there. They punch another one in right here, and I think it's going to deflate the Pride.
So 1:39 to go here in the third quarter. Bulldogs lead by 4. They're going to play on a really short field. Kosakevich in the gun. Goes back to pass. He's got Grind against the cornerback Vasquez, and the pass is just a little too high, incomplete. And the size difference between Grind and Vasquez got to be at least 5, maybe 6 inches and about 30 pounds. And Kosakevich wanted to throw it high, but he threw it too high over the outstretched arms of Grind. So we'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. And you can see on the replay here, Coach, just about maybe half a football too tall.
Yep.
Sweep that said keep by Kosakevich off the left side. He's going to be pushed out of bounds by Bickle at about the 24-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play. We'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs. And you have to wonder here, Coach, with the 4-point lead, maybe 4 down territory?
I would say so, yeah. It'd be worth it because you've got him pinned down here, so it'd be worth the chance to go for a 4th down.
Because the field goal just keeps it a 1-score game.
Yep.
Porter here to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side. Kosakevich back. Looks to throw. He's got a receiver open across the middle. Doesn't see him. Now he's going to have to roll out to the right. He's going to throw it towards the sideline. Coming back is Porter, and he's going to make the catch.
Wow.
At about the 18-yard line, going to be really close to a 1st down. Nice job by Porter to come back to his quarterback and make the catch. We'll see if we can get a look from the sideline and see if he was actually able to get his foot in bounds. Coach, we'll take a look here.
He's getting the 1st down.
Here's the throw, and he did keep his foot in bounds.
Yeah.
Nice play, nice camera work down there by a cameraman on the sideline. 1st down, Bulldogs at the 18-yard line. Kosakevich, hands up. No, he's going to keep it. Right side or near side, and he is going to be pushed out of bounds by Vasquez. Doesn't appear to be any gain on the play, and the linesman talking to Kosakevich. Something to the fact of keep it quiet, young man.
Yeah, still a lot of chipping going on.
You know, a lot of these guys have either played with or against each other since Pop Warner football back when they were 8 years old. Some of these guys live across the street from one another. Last thing you want to do is lose to your buddy, and for the seniors especially on your last game in the uniform. And for Pittman, that reality becoming nearer and nearer for these seniors. Etheridge up the middle, and he is tripped up. Nice play by Brock.
Yep.
As Etheridge going to pick up a yard, maybe 2 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs at about the 17-yard line. Now here being inside the 20, I think if you don't get it, especially if it's an incomplete pass, I think you kick the field goal.
Definitely. You got to get tack some points on.
Gutierrez, lone receiver to the left. There should be Gutierrez near side. That's Curtis on the far side. Gutierrez in motion, fakes it to him. Across the middle, wide open is Mountain, who takes a shot, but he makes the catch. Touchdown! Touchdown, Bulldogs! Kosakevich to Fountain from 17 yards out, and it's now a 31-21 ball game.
He just sneaked out over the middle there. He opened up really quick. Kosakevich took a little while to find him, but then he fired it in there, and the receiver took a great shot but hung on.
That was a shot he took across the middle, but he hung on. And so now Tilby with a chance to make this an 11-point ball game. Just 14 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Kick is up, and it is good. 14 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's the Bulldogs 32, the Pride 21. We'll be right back after this. The Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club would like to send out a special thank you to the Turlock community for its support this year of the Turlock High football teams. Our goal as members is to raise enough money to provide the best safety equipment for every level of Bulldog football. With help from you and other members of our community, this year we have been able to do just that. Please join us for our 8 a.m. Saturday morning breakfast at Latos, where you can hear and discuss the recap of the game from the coaches and players. To become a member of the Turlock Bulldog Quarterback Club, or for more information, message us on our Instagram or Facebook page. Go Dogs. So Tilby going to kick off. It has begun to rain here. And he's going to boot one deep, and it is going to be into the end zone, the 4th touchback of the night for Tilby. and the Pride will take over at their own 20-yard line.
Brian, we have an update. Big game in Modesto. Oakdale Mustangs 21, Central Catholic Raiders 21.
Woo! That is becoming a big-time rivalry in the Turlock-Modesto area.
Yeah.
Mustangs used to be a long-time rival of these Turlock Bulldogs. Unfortunately, those two teams don't play anymore, which is really unfortunate. Fair takes a snap. Bass on the sweep, and he's going to be buried after a gain of about 1, maybe 2. Tackle on the play by Salinas. They're going to give him a gain of 2, and that's going to be the final play here of the third quarter. With the score, the Turlock Bulldogs 32, the Pittman Pride 21. We'll be back with more right after these messages. Jeff Dirksey has always been a leader, as an Army Ranger, as a commander in Iraq, and now as Patterson's police chief. He is uniquely qualified to be the next sheriff of Stanislaus County. In 2018, vote Jeff Dirksey for sheriff. For more information, go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff 2018. All right, Coach, fourth quarter. What is the Pride going to have to do to get back in this ball game?
They're going to have to get in the end zone quick. They can't wait too far into the quarter because Turlock has taken over control. They've got the momentum on their side. They've been able to get in the end zone, and the Pride have got to find some way to strike quick.
Well, you look here, Kosakevich in that third quarter, 2 touchdown passes. One to Porter from 29 yards and another to Fountain for 17 yards. He has looked very good here, much more relaxed and comfortable in the second half. Rain falls here at Joe W. Stadium. Second and 9. Reyes around the right side. He is knocked down to about the 25-yard line. That looks like Grind and Cordero combine on the stop. For a short gain. It's going to be a very important 3rd and 5 for the Pride. Almost a must convert third down here if you're Pittman.
It is, and you've seen what Turlock has cleaned it up in the second half. I'm sure they got that message across at halftime. Eliminate the penalties.
3rd and a short 5, long 4, handoff. He's going to be to Stout. He's going to cross the 30. He's going to pick up the first down. He's going to be tackled at the 31. Gain of 5 on the play, tripped up by Couchman. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Pride, and that is a big first down for Pittman to try to stay in this ball game. They trail by 11 here with just over 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Turlock's got to be careful here that Pittman doesn't sneak a receiver out. Yep.
There. Fake.
There it is.
Rolling down the middle. Open across the middle is number 15. Out of his hands and intercepted by Couchman. Steckren had it in his hands for a big gain. It popped out and it landed in the breadbasket of Couchman. And that is a big play.
Yep. That's huge.
That'll be down at the 39-yard line as that ball just bounced right off the hands of Steckren into the arms of Couchman. And the Bulldogs in business at their own 39.
That's the old tip drill that we practice every day in case that ball shows up.
First turnover of the night for Pittman, something they had been able to avoid to stay in this ball game. Curtis on the sweep, right side, cuts it back inside, cross the 40. Going to be tackled at the 42-yard line, pick up a 3 on the play. Well, Coach, the reality for the Pride that if they don't find a way to come back and win this ball game, their season is done.
Yeah.
You may ask, well, they're going to be 4-2 and finish the 3rd in league. Unfortunately, they will be just 5-5, and to guarantee a playoff berth, you have to have 6 wins or finish in the top 2 in your conference.
Right. And that's too bad. They played a really good ball game tonight.
Kosakevich back. Little Statue of Liberty play to Cordero. It not as effective as Pittman's, although Cordero keeps those legs churning. He crosses the 45 up to the 46-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play, tackled by Azevedo. Azevedo's had a nice night tonight. We have called his name a lot.
And I don't see Turlock throwing the ball much more anymore. They, just keep it on the ground, grind up the yardage, and run the clock.
3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs as we head inside 10 minutes. Etheridge, the lone back. Now in motion is Curtis. Bickle almost goes off sides, but gets back. Now Curtis resets, comes back in motion. Kosakevich is going to keep it around right side. Azevedo's got him. He's going to drag him down at the 45. It's going to be a loss of 1. It's going to be 4th down for the Bulldogs. Bickle almost went across the line of scrimmage, but he was able to keep that foot behind. And Pittman gets the stop they desperately need, Coach.
Really, that was key for them to get the ball back and let the offense try to get some more points.
It'll be Tilby, I believe, back to punt. And again, Bulldogs not in any hurries. We come inside 9 minutes to go.
They're short a player.
And again, some confusion for special teams for the Bulldogs as we are short a man. And hustling back onto the field is Flores and Grine. So there are 2 players showing now. Finally, Coach Peterson's going to have to call timeout. Oh, he's not. They're just going to take the delay. When I think in this situation, as much as you hate penalties, Coach, it's better to take 5 yards than to play with 10 guys on the field.
Exactly.
Or excuse me, 9 guys on the field.
But those are the kind of plays that give coaches gray hairs.
Is that why you have gray hair now, Coach, and I have none? Snap back to Tilby. He gets the kickoff. High kick, but fairly short. It's going to bounce at the 30, and it's going to bounce inside the 25, and it's going to be downed at the 22-yard line. 39-yard punt, no return, and so the Pride will start at their own 21-yard line with 8:32 to go, trailing 32-21. One thing the Bulldogs did, though, Coach, they took about 2.5 minutes off the clock by keeping the ball on the ground.
Pittman's really got their work cut out for him because the Bulldogs' defense is playing really well.
Snap. Give him to Bass. Cuts it back inside before he is taken down at about the 27-yard line. Tackled by Couchman. Boy, you can see Bass real quick. They're excited about what he's going to bring to them again next year.
Yeah, he's a big back, and he's shifty, and he'll hit that hole and then see a little seam and then shift into gear, and boom. His speed really gets him in the secondary.
They're going to give to Pardita up the middle, across the 30, across the 35, before he is tackled just short of the 36-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 7 yards and a first down. Tackle on the play, I believe, and Pardita is down. He got tackled very awkwardly on that play, and he went down. You got to think that might be an ankle.
An ankle or a knee when they pull you down from behind like that, and
we'll see if we can get a look at that and see what actually happened on that play. Or maybe not.
We had a pretty good shot at it, and the defensive back pulled him down. That it's either a knee or an ankle.
So Pardita down. You know, Coach, as you look at this, Turlock going for their 4th consecutive win in this series. If you go back and look at it, Pittman won the first 4 and 5 of the first 6. Since then, since they moved it to the last game of the year, coming into tonight, it was 4 wins for Turlock and 3 for Pittman. But it's been a very streaky series. Pride win 4 in a row. Turlock wins 2 out of 3. Pride wins 3 in a row. And now the Bulldogs have won 3 in a row. And on their way, if the score holds, to their 4th in a row.
Yeah, and both schools have had great athletes come out of here who had a lot of success at the next level. Pittman having Kaepernick come out of there, and Turlock's had a bevy of good quarterbacks that have gone on and played in other sports, not just football, at the next level.
Well, they've had athletes.
Yes.
Like, really, they've had athletes play quarterbacks. You think of Kevin Kramer, Sean Downs, and then last year, Danny Velasquez. Outstanding athletes. Kostakevich may be more of a true traditional quarterback as much as he is an athlete.
Right. And the one thing that I've seen him tonight, he has kind of happy feet. He does have speed, but if he doesn't pick up that first receiver, where he's out of the pocket in a hurry, and I think that comes with experience.
And he's only a junior. He's got a chance to build on that.
Yep.
Snap, flag down quickly, pass around the left side, across the 45, across the 50, before he's pushed out of bounds. And the linesman here on the near side threw that flag immediately, which tells me either A, somebody lined up offsides, or B, illegal formation.
Right.
And the way everybody's moving, I'm thinking it's illegal formation.
Yep. Yep, you got it.
You know, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Good call. The thing is, Pittman is still trying to get that big play. Turlock's got to wrap up and make better tackles, or Bass is going to break one, and they're going to be right back in the ballgame.
And I think that's where Turlock, being that uber-aggressive defense, can get themselves a little bit in trouble when you have a home run hitter like Bass. Because if you try to make the great tackle for loss and you miss, he's gone. He gives you a leg and takes it away, which good backs have. And Turlock needs to really wrap up. It's going to be 1st and 15 for the Pride, just outside their own 30-yard line. 7:45 to go. They trail 32-21. Fair back to pass. Screen over here to the right to Reyes. He's got it. He'll make the catch. He's across the 45. He'll be tackled at the 49-yard line. Pickup of 18 on the play, and that'll be a first down for the Pride. Tackled by Salinas. Fair has really showed me a lot in the second half with poise, and he's throwing the ball with touch a lot better in the second half than he did the first. We talked to Coach Tyler before the game. They like where he's going to be. He just got another year behind him. Bass going to go nowhere. And again, the Bulldogs have 4 or 5 guys at the point of attack. Cordero, the first guy in there. In fact, they're going to give him a loss of about a half a yard. Bring up 2nd and a long 10. Just inside the 49-yard line of the Pride. And again, Pittman taking a long time to get the plays in as we're going inside 7 minutes, and they're down by 11. It's taken a long time. Finally, the offensive coordinator, Donnie Curtis, throws his hands up, and the Pride's going to have to call timeout. And in a game where you're down 2 scores, having to use a timeout in that situation is so frustrating. Yeah, that's a tough situation. The player that was going to carry the play in stopped and kind of asked the coach a question, and he just kind of pushed him away and then threw his hands up in the air, and the player didn't know what to do. Coach, one thing we didn't get to at halftime is this is the end of the CCC as we have grown up knowing it. Yes. You know, I remember when we both coached in the CCC in our time at Johansson High School, you know, it was Johansson, Davis, Downey, Modesto, Beyer, Turlock, Merced, Golden Valley, and Atwater. Yes. Yeah, there was a lot of league games. There was a lot of trips coached to Merced. A lot of travel, a lot of time on the road. I grew up in the CCC, and then I coached in the CCC. I was an athletic director, unfortunately, when we lost the coin flip, that we lost the CCC and the MMC came into being. And now Modesto City Schools have messed around and let enrollment drop, and the CIF has moved 3 teams out of it. So now it's going to be a split between Turlock and Modesto Schools. Fair back to pass. Looks to throw. Now he's going to be chased. He's going to pump. He's going to throw the ball out of bounds, and I think that's going to be grounding. Unlike college and the pros, just because you have a tackle box doesn't mean you can throw the ball out of bounds. Exactly. Which, in my opinion, is a bad rule that is a good rule that has not been implemented yet in high school football. Exactly. Yeah, they need to look at that and change it. But all right, they're going to say there was an eligible receiver in the area. I'm not sure where 28 was, but he was somewhere. I don't know. Sitting up here, we couldn't see anybody down there in that area. There was a 28, but it might have been Efford standing on the sideline in blue and gold. So Fair gets away with throwing it out of bounds. Now still 3rd and long for the Pride. Fair is going to keep it. He is going to be chased. He is going to be buried by Dirksey. Jake Dirksey with the sack for the Bulldogs, just their 2nd sack of the ball game. And for Dirksey, I believe that will give him now 7.5 on the season. And we can see here, Coach, he just bull rushed. Yeah. And Fair had absolutely nowhere to go. Yep. Carr was in there. as was Arroyo. And so now basically Pittman's last gasp. 4th down at their own 44. It is 4th and 15. Pride got to get to the Bulldog 41. Blitz on the play. It's picked up. Fair's got time. He throws. He's got an open receiver. Makes the catch across the 30. Reyes has got it. Still on his feet. Running backwards. Finally brought down by Nunes at the 30-yard line. Flag on the play at the 35. I think it's going to be a face mask on Turlock. As the Bulldogs sent a linebacker blitz up the middle, the Pride did a great job picking it up. Reyes made the catch. You can see Fair all day to throw. Reyes catches it at the 35. It is a 5-yard face mask. Look like it might have been Dirksey on the play that reached in and grabbed it right away. They now have the 5-yard face mask penalty coach in high school football. And so Reyes makes the catch. It'll go down to the 25. That will be a 29-yard pass play from Fair to Reyes. Pass up the middle, and he's going to go nowhere. Maybe picks up a yard. Pickup of 2 down to the 23. It'll be 2nd and 8. But again, clock ticking inside 5.5 minutes. 32-21 Bulldogs as they hang on to this 11-point lead. This has been a nice drive, but it's taken 3 minutes. And the Pride still 23 yards away from pay dirt. Fair, under center. Takes the snap. Gives it to Bass on the sweep. He breaks a couple tackles, still on his feet across the 20. He'll finally be brought down about the 18-yard line. Pickup of 5 on the play. He'll bring up a 3rd and 2. As Bass looked like he was going to be stopped for no gain, but broke 2 or 3 tackles and get it across the 20.
Yeah, he's a handful to bring down. If you don't take his legs away from him, he's going to gain some more yards with that second effort.
Pride, 3rd and 2, 4-down territory here for Pittman, trailing by 11. Up the middle with Brock, who bowls over 2 Bulldogs to take it inside the 10 down to the 9. He's a big boy.
He is.
Remember, Partita went out with the bad ankle, but it's going to be Brock in that fullback position. Pride 1st and goal at the 9.
I was going to say he runs like a typical fullback. Low and hard to the ground and tough to bring down.
Reminds you a little Cody Brackett.
Yes.
Tough physical fullback the Pride had about 5-6 years ago. Again, long time for the Pittman Pride getting that play into Fair to get under center. Fair, hand off to Bass up the middle. He hits a Bulldog defender at the 5 and bounces forward to the 4. Pick up a 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal. Inside 4 minutes to go. Pittman running out of time. Like to see the Pride, a little more urgency.
Exactly. Got to get in that end zone. But again, we see something coming up here where they might, if they score here, try an onside kick.
Snap, handoff, Brock up the middle. He bowls forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittman. Trent Brock, 4-yard touchdown run. And the Pride are back within 1 score, and there's a Bulldog down on the field. Can't see who that is. But Brock, that's just good old-fashioned physical football. He just went right up the middle, coach, knocked over about 3 Bulldogs, and got in to the end zone.
Yeah, the Pride just pounded that one in after they got the big pass play. They took it to the ground and were successful and got themselves in the end zone right back in the ballgame.
And now if you're Pittman, you got to go for 2 here. You're trailed by 5. If you can get the 2-point conversion, you get it within a field goal, and Speckens has shown he's got a little leg, kicking a 35-yard extra point earlier in the ballgame. It is Dirksey. Looks like he may have got a little shot to the hip or a Charlie horse. Yep. So I think you're going to see Pittman, I would think, go for 2. Yeah, the offense coming back on the field. But we'll see. Maybe you go with Brock again, physical up the middle, or Bass to the edge.
Especially with Dirksey out of the middle there, yeah, I would attack.
If you can get the 2 big guys blocked in the middle, definitely undersized at that middle linebacker position. Fair under center. Fakes it, rolls it out, chasing him. And it's going to be a pass. It's going to be low, and it's going to be incomplete. Fair was chased by Cordero and Lopez, able to get it off, but it was incomplete, intended for Reyes. And the score will stay 32-27. 3:35 to go here in the ball game. Turlock clinging to a 5-point lead. We'll be right back after this.
Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms expanding into the Central Valley.
Back here at Joe W. Stadium, 32-27 Bulldogs. 3:35 to go. Coach, you got an update from Modesto.
Update from Modesto. The big game at Central Catholic. We have Oakdale 27, Central Catholic 21. That's a final.
Oh-ho!
That's
the Mustangs beat the Raiders.
Yep. Oakdale's got like 19 seniors, so they were senior-laden coming back.
And this is a team that won a state bowl championship last year. To be honest, Coach, there are so many state bowls now.
Oh, I know.
How do you even keep track?
That matchup last year was so unbalanced that it was ridiculous.
It was really unfair.
They had to travel.
Well, I guess the one thing is, at least the team that won did the traveling.
Yes.
That would have been really sad for the other team to come up here. There will be a timeout on the field, as I think Coach Peterson wants to make sure his hands team is out there. Yeah. I see a lot of single and low double digits. You've got Flores, Porter, Gutierrez, Carr, Couchman, Nunes. I don't know about you, but I would think I'd want to see 21. What about you? I don't see him out there.
Definitely.
Number 30 is Jason Crutchfield. So there are no numbers on the field right now other than number 72, Cesar Rocha, under 40. They got the all-hands team out there. Cordero about the 30 in case they pooch it. Onside kick, it takes a nice big bounce. It's loose, but Gutierrez lands on it. Pittman had a chance, and it bounced off of somebody, and Gutierrez fell on it because the ball was loose and free there for a second. Let's see, Coach, on this replay, if we can pull that up, what happened. It was a squib kick, and it bounced off of and it was available for just a minute, but the Pittman kick coverage guy could not get to the ball. So, Kosakevich in the gun. Hand off to Flores right up the middle, and he will bowl forward for about 3 yards, and immediately Coach Tyler calls timeout. For Tyler, that'll be his first timeout of the second half. Leaves him with 3:28 to go. So that means if you're Turlock, 1 first down, get you close, 2 ends the ball game.
Over. Yep. We have another update from Modesto, big game at Downey High School. And we have Grigori 21 and Downey 20 still playing.
Fourth quarter, I would assume.
Fourth quarter.
Gentleman coaching the Grigori High School Jaguars, a guy very familiar to you and I, Larry. We both taught and coached Jason McCoy. A great young man.
He has done a great job. I saw him play a couple of weeks ago, and he's doing a great job there. If they get this W, they'll get their first title in the MMC.
The next title is going to be a little tougher.
No doubt about it.
It'll be Grigori, Downey, Modesto, Enox, Turlock, and Pittman. That is going to be a good, tough, physical football conference.
It really will.
2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs from their own 49. Up the middle to Flores. He bounces it outside across the 45, down to the 41-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and that'll be a Bulldog first down. Clock will stop as they move the chains, but then it will restart once again, and Flores did a good job staying in bounds once he got the first down. And now we'll see how experienced the young quarterback Kosakevich is, making sure he has that clock in his head get down to about 2, maybe 3. Probably have 2 timeouts remaining. He wants to wait until he sees the back jig start to count. Then you want to snap it. He snaps it with 1. Flores has got it up the middle again, knocks over one, actually knocks over his own guy, and picks up about 4 yards on the play. 67, good old 67 again. Dave's got to find a different number. So 2nd and 6 on the play. Coach Tyler decides not to call a timeout as we come near the 2:30 mark. And again, Kosakevich showing some maturity, waiting very patiently to bleed as much clock as he possibly can. Snap to Flores. He bulls his way forward again across the 35 down to the 33. Pickup of 3 on the plate will bring up a big 3rd and 3. No timeout again by Coach Tyler, and we will go well inside 2 minutes before the Bulldogs snap it again.
You know, the right guard, Everett Johnson, the big number 54, is kind of helping him because he's standing up and he's kind of watching the official back there too, and he doesn't go into his stance until he starts counting.
And that helps the rest of the linemen know what's coming because they can get a little antsy.
Yep.
And that's going to be an offsides on Pittman.
First down.
I think that's going to be 37. Oh, delay of game. Kosakevich took too long because the Pride looked like they jumped, but it was after the delay. So that's a huge mistake by the young quarterback.
It kills the clock.
And it's now 3rd and 7. That changes the play call here. We're at 1:44 to go. Kosakevich from the gun. Takes the snap. He keeps it. Across the left side, across the 30, across the 25 to the 20, inside the 10, 5, touchdown, Bulldogs. Jonah Kosakevich from 38 yards.
Great run. He got to the corner. He saw he had an opening, and he put it into second gear and beat the defensive back to the end zone.
And Kosakevich may have sealed the deal as the Pizza Factory player of the game with that run.
No doubt.
That was a huge play call. Got the defense coach, got him everybody going to the right with Flores, and he bounced it back to the left. And then he outran one defender, broke a tackle, did a nice job staying in bounds. Looked like he almost stepped out about the 8, but he got into the end zone, 39-yard touchdown run, and Tilby looking to add the extra point. He does, and that makes the score 39-27 Bulldogs with just 1 minute, 35 seconds to go.
You know, Brian, and it's been a typical Harvest Bowl game.
Absolutely.
Where one team comes in heavily favored and the other team steps up and plays probably the best game of their season against their arch rivals, in-town friends, and it's turned out to be a heck of a football game.
On that drive, 5 plays, 53 yards, took up 2 minutes off the clock. The touchdown, the 39-yard Kosakevich touchdown. Toby with the extra point, now 39-27. Well, in talking to both coaches, they both thought this would be a low-scoring defensive battle. Whoops!
Wrong.
I guess that happens when you get rivalry games.
No doubt about it. Everything's thrown out the window.
So Pittman going to have to score and score in a hurry. And my guess is Tilby's going to bang this halfway to Modesto. And he does. Touchback number 6. And that is a weapon, and that will be a weapon, coach, as we now look forward, assuming Turlock hangs on to this 12-point lead. The Bulldogs, with a perfect record in the CCC, their only losses to Freedom High School, is one of the top 40 teams in the state, and to a Tracy team that's probably going to win their conference, should get a pretty good seed, I would think, in the D1 playoffs.
Probably not a home game, but maybe.
They should get a home game, but it may not be a second home game.
Right.
Probably going to be a 6-7 seed, somewhere around there. Fair under center. Going to be a little Statue of Liberty again, this time to Reyes. He is grabbed around the collar, spins away, but he'll be tackled after about a 4-yard game. Tackle on the play by Fountain. Pick up a 4. Bring up 2nd and 6. And the Pride not appearing to be in a great hurry as we move just inside 1 minute to go here in the fourth quarter. And for the Pittman Pride, a disappointing end to what has really been a disappointing season for Pittman. Snap. Throw out here to the left. Intended for number 15, Steckren, and he makes the catch, and he goes out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Pass and catch of 24 yards and a first down for Pittman to keep their hopes alive. That was a nice throw, nice catch. And you have to remember, those Bulldog corners, they are on an island. Yep. Nunes and Porter get no help. Now, right now, Grind and Couchman playing a little deeper than they have.
Right.
But for the most part, those guys are typically up in the box.
Right. They're softened up there a little bit.
1st and 10 from the 47, 53 seconds to go. Fountain out, knocked down by Fountain. Fair knocked down by Fountain. Nice play by the tall, lanky outside linebacker. What do they always tell you, Coach? If you can't get to the quarterback,
knock it down.
Get those hands up.
He's only a junior. He's coming back next year, too. He's going to be a good size.
Came out, and you see him goes right back to coverage, saw the quarterback's eyes, and able to jump up and knock the pass down. Fair from the gun, back to pass, looking. He's going to be drugged down for a sack, and I think that's Cordero. Cordero, a little gimpy getting up. That is his first sack of the night. His 15.5 sack this year. Loss of 3 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 13. And now we go inside 30 seconds. Pittman running out of time here. Fair from the gun. Throws across. Knocked down by Fountain once again. Same play, same result.
You've got those big paws.
15 seconds to go. It'll be 4th down and 13 for the Pride.
If he had any stick him on those hands, he probably didn't intercept the last 2 passes.
We don't have his stats here, but I guess Fountain was probably 6'2".
Oh, yeah.
And he's got the frame. He could add a little weight. He could be a very scary player, similar to what Cordero has been this year.
Yep. He's quick off the edge. He drops really well in pass coverage. And he's a good, sure tackler.
Well, Grind and Couchman and the other defensive back, Melton, they're all 30 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Fair back to pass. Little dump pass over to Brock. He's across midfield, but he'll be pushed out of bounds, short of the first down at the 45-yard line. Pittman's going to turn the ball over on downs, and the Turlock Bulldogs, for the 4th consecutive year, are going to win the Harvest Bowl, and for the 2nd consecutive year, are going to be alone at the top of the CCC. For the first time in nearly 70 years, the Bulldogs will go through the CCC undefeated. There's still 8 seconds on the clock, but I don't think everybody realizes that yet. They still have to do one victory formation. It's always funny when the linemen start doing the chest bumps. They don't get quite off the ground as much as the receivers do.
They don't get a lot of practice at that.
Snap to Kosakevich. He will take a knee, and that'll do it. Your final score of Harvest Bowl 2017 is the Turlock Bulldogs 39, the Pittman Pride 27. We'll come back with the Pizza Factory postgame report after this break.
Tonight's live stream of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Message us on Instagram or our Facebook page. Jeff Dirksey for Sheriff. Go to jeffdirkseyforsheriff.com for more information. And Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel meeting rooms, expanding into the Central Valley.
27. Score, Oakdale defeated Central Catholic 27-21. This is the last time the Bulldogs will be playing in the CCC, and they closed it out with 15 consecutive wins. Congratulations, Bulldogs!
Time for the Pizza Factory post-game report. We will be brief here, as unfortunately our stream side did not want to cooperate tonight, Coach, but we want to thank NorCal Sports TV for a great job. Continue to follow them. They do an outstanding job with the cameras. They've got their own crew also that comes in and does the ball games. We appreciate their willingness to let us call this game here tonight. But, Coach, when we look at this game, it really was a tale of two halves. You know, when you look at Bulldogs trailed 14-10 going into the half, but outscored Pittman in the second half 29-13, and were really in complete control of this ball game throughout the second half.
Really, and what they did is they made good adjustments at halftime. They went in and cleaned up the mistakes that they were making. They took control. Offense got the ball in the end zone. The defense did their job, played good defense. And you give Pittman credit. They did a great job of answering a couple of the first quick touchdowns, stayed, made it a good ball game. And, again, it's a typical Harvest Bowl game, hard fought by both teams to the end.
Well, Coach, when we look at it here, in the second half, after a 14-10 Pittman lead, the Bulldogs took the opening kickoff of the second half and marched 47 yards in 3 plays, touchdown from Jonah Kosakevich to Jordan Porter from 29 yards out to take a 17-14 lead. And a lot of that was set up by the penalty at the end of the first half that really, I think, maybe it changed the momentum just a little bit.
Right, and it did. And they took advantage of that. They went to the outside, had 2 really big running plays there, and got the ball in the end zone really quick.
But Pittman, give them credit, bounced right back. They went down the field in 4 minutes and 6 seconds. They ran 6 plays, went 80 yards, and scored on a fair to Reyes 13-yard touchdown pass, point after touchdown good, and it was a 21-17 Pittman lead.
Yeah, Pittman answered, came right back, had a big pass play there, and was able to get in the end zone and stay right in the ball game.
But I think the play in the drive that changed everything was a 3-minute drive, 5 plays, 80 yards, culminated by a 59-yard touchdown run by Taylor Etheridge that gave the Bulldogs a lead they would never relinquish.
And he broke 2 or 3 tackles on that run, and that was really the turning point in the ball game that put it in the Bulldogs' favor.
After a 10-yard punt by Pittman, the Bulldogs with great field position at the Bulldog 28. They go 6 plays, 28 yards, touchdown scoring on a Kosakevich to Fountain 17-yard touchdown pass, which is an outstanding play. And that gave the Bulldogs, after they went for 2, a 32-21 lead. After Pittman came back and went in 5 minutes later, they went 8 plays, 79 yards, scoring on a 4-yard touchdown by Trenton Bach. Got back within 1 score, 32-27, went for 2, didn't get it. Went for the onside kick. Bulldogs, so the ball squirted out for a second, recovered, and the Bulldogs finished it out with a 5-play, 53-yard drive. Took 2 minutes. And our Pizza Factory player of the game, Jonah Kosakevich, went 39 yards around the left side, broke a couple tackles, and scored the final touchdown. Tilby with the extra point. Final score, Bulldogs 39, Pittman 27. You can see here on the screen, Kosakevich break a couple tackles down the sideline, keeping his feet in bounds, and scored the touchdown. So Kosakevich ran for a touchdown, threw for 2 touchdowns, and really played about as perfect the second half as you could ask from your young quarterback.
He was really key. He stuck the ball in there on a couple really key pass plays that kept the Turlock offense in rhythm, and they were able to tack a couple of quick touchdowns there, and the defense did the rest of the job for the Bulldogs.
Well, that's going to do it here from Joe Debley Stadium. The final score, the Turlock Bulldogs 39, the Pittman Pride 27. Don't forget, next BlueChipBroadcasting.com game. For those of you that like to follow us on the internet, we promise we'll have it fixed next time. We will be in San Rafael next Friday afternoon as the Stanislaus State men's basketball team opens their regular season against the Dominican University Penguins. Pre-game show will be at 1:45 in the afternoon. Tip will be at 2 o'clock, and then join Joe Donahue and Reggie Wright live from the Fitz that night as the Stanislaus State women take on Concordia University of Oregon. That game will begin, coverage will begin at 7:30 p.m. on Warrior TV and BlueChipBroadcasting.com. For our station manager, Gary Shriver, for our TV producer at NorCal Sports TV, again, Dion thank you again, Dion, so much. You guys do a great job. We really, really appreciate it. Check out NorCalSportsTV.com. They do some great stuff. Encourage you to continue to watch them. For our engineer, Spencer Boyd, we'd also like to thank the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club for sponsoring this broadcast tonight. For, like I said, for engineer Spencer Boyd, for our spot-on spotter, Dave Woods, for my broadcast partner, Larry Johnson, and for our home sick-in-bed buddy, Mr. Eric Davis. My name is Brian Nelson saying good night, and God bless everybody. Enjoy the weekend.